Good morning again, everyone. I always feel so awkward. I'm like, do I start this again? Alrighty, so it's been a couple of weeks since we played. So last time, I believe we ended up with you guys in a prison cell. Shauna, do you want to tell us how we got there?
Oh boy. So yeah, I think last session we started off deciding that we should all find somewhere to hole up together as we were being followed. So we stayed at Cassandra's for the night. In the morning, she said that in order to kind of keep us safe, she has a contact in another town who can help us with being scried on. So she told us kind of where he was, which was Daggerford, right? And to go on our way there when we have all of our affairs here tied up to go get that dealt with. So I think each of us kind of dealt with some things in the morning before heading off to to start our journey there. It was a 5-day journey there. I think day 2 we came across a kobold wearing a small cloak and a hood, trying desperately to not look like a kobold, but not working super well. It was pulling a wagon along, or rather, it had a wagon with it that had curtains around it, and he invited us over to check out Rick Rack's trove of treasures. Of course, some of us couldn't resist, and so we headed on over immediately, despite warnings by Turnip of being scammed. I think this was a willing scam moment. We knew what it was, but we're too fascinated to say no. Um, Rick Rack said that he was small in stature but big in deals, and so how do you say no to that? Hal was convinced to buy a magical shoe. It is an amazing, incredible weapon that could, fell the gods or something like that. So he spent 1 gold piece on this shoe. Um, Eva Jesus, a dagger, an incredible dagger that looked like a butter knife, but rest assured, it is in fact a very powerful dagger. And I bought a magical decision-making copper coin for 1 silver piece. Quite an investment, if you ask me. Only Turnip was not swayed by this merchant's peddling of wares. After that, we kind of went on our separate ways, noting that the wagon kind of seemed to be sort of sentient, or at least move and kind of think on its own. Anyway, we carried on our journey. Day 3, we were jumped by some giant spiders. I think pretty much just Eva took care of them as well. Hal got webbed a bunch. I think she killed every single one. Hal got webbed a few times. Turnip did some stuff. I hid in the back, as is, I think, par for the
Tradition.
course so far. Yeah. But they were next to this kind of ruined tower that we checked out a little bit. We found a body of a man that we buried, who was inside of kind of a ball of webbing. And as that was happening, kind of Turnip felt really weird, almost like something was trying to take him over. So I cast Turn Undead, and there was a shriek from behind Eva, and a ghost started moving away. And it looked a lot like the guy that we just buried. Hal kind of used his channel divinity to find out that this old watchtower seemed to be a source of some real bad energy. But we decided we didn't have time to deal with this right now. So Turnip wrote "Keep Out" cursed on the side of the tower, and we left feeling pretty good about our heroic ways. So we made it to Daggerford. I think Hal and I reported the tower to a nearby temple. And then we went off to go find Ackerley Randall, who was the contact here. We got to his house. It was kind of a very interesting patchwork kind of place. Seemed to be open to the elements, but there was like some sort of magical barrier open. It looked like a lot of houses just kind of crammed together. And when we called for him, no one seemed to answer. So we tried that for a little bit before just letting ourselves into his open house. Kept calling for him. This time a little mouse came rushing up. Turnip cast Speak with Animals, and the mouse let him know that Randall is dead. Was stabbed and is upstairs. So we went our way to go upstairs to go check it out. And indeed, there was the body laying there with a dagger in his chest, and the note from Cassandra that was allegedly about us. But as we were willing to check out the body and the dagger, I think Hal was just in the process of pulling the dagger out of his chest when some guards came rushing in, ordering us all to stop and that they were going to take us in for questioning, which the timing isn't at all suspicious. So that's fine. So they slapped us in some anti-magic cuffs and took us away to the castle where we were placed in a holding cell. The mouse came with us, actually. I think it hid in Hal's pants.
Correct.
And they investigated for a while. Ava found out that the mouse is Randall, or was, I suppose, Randall's familiar, but the mouse didn't see who killed him. Yeah, and then fairly late at night, the guards returned for us and declared that we were being arrested for the murder because apparently there'd been sightings of us all around the town the last few days, even though, to our knowledge, we had just gotten there like 20 minutes ago. So something is up. And that's where we left off.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Hal, for the beautiful description last week of yanking the dagger out of the body. It was so perfect.
It's so awful.
Hal is here to get us into trouble and then beat people until we get out of trouble, or be beaten until we get out of trouble.
One of the two. It was one of those moments where, like, as a DM, you're like, well, I'm planning on having this happen, and then your player just describes the perfect setup for it. It's like, did you know? Did you know?
Painful.
Okay. So I'm gonna try and move you guys to Daggerford. I'm not gonna move myself. Because if I try and load the page, it might crash.
It loaded for us. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I can kind of move you guys around. I just can't manipulate anything on those pages. So I'm still on the splash screen, but I will. Maybe that's a solution for now, at least. Okay. So yeah, you guys are sort of still in these holding cells. With this one holding cell, you guys are all together in the same cell. Your handcuffs have been removed, but there is sort of an anti-magic field around it. You haven't really explored what that means yet, other than testing out a couple of spells to kind of see if it applies to divine spells as well as arcane, and it does in fact seem to apply to both. And yeah, you guys had sort of said last week that you were going to wait until they came back with the results of their investigation before initiating anything. And so at this point, they have sort of come back and told you that, yeah, they've done some inquiries. They're looking into it. You guys are going to continue to be held until they can bring you to court. And with that, you're fed some dinner and basically left alone for the night. There is a guard that walks by and periodically checks on you. It's pretty regular check-ins, probably every 15 minutes. So, you know, you've sort of got 15 minutes where you can theoretically do things without being seen, and then just as the guard strolls by again, just making sure that you are doing everything you're supposed to be doing. And do you guys want to sleep the night, or do you want to do anything in the night?
I mean,
I would sleep.
yeah, I don't think we're trying for a jailbreak.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like that's what the plan is. I just want to confirm. So you guys are happy if we just sort of fast forward to the next morning?
Yes.
Yeah, I think
All
so.
right. Okay. So, the next morning, you're woken up pretty early by the guard banging around in what is presumably a small kitchen type area, and four sort of bowls of porridge are pushed through the slats in your door, as well as 4 cups of lukewarm tea with
Ugh.
a little container of milk, should you be so inclined, although it'll probably just cool the tea down even more. Um, the spoons are made of very thin wood, so they're not terribly useful in terms of any kind of weapon. Clearly, they thought of that. And the bowls are just sort of like would paper bowls probably be invented? Probably not. Maybe a bark bowl or something like that. Something that's
Maybe wood.
Yeah.
well, I know, but I don't know if they give you like a whole wooden bowl. That sounds dangerous. Well, maybe they would. They'll give you a wooden bowl.
It's wood. What are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, I mean, if it's
You
thin
could-
enough and like relatively well varnished, like it's not going to be good as a weapon. It will just kind of shatter.
Yeah. Okay. They'll go with that. A well varnished thin bowl that'll just shatter instead of doing any harm to anyone. Anyway, so the porridge is again, it's I wouldn't go so far as to say hot, but it's warm. And it's not terrible porridge. It's filling. It's porridge. It doesn't, taste like a lot. And there's certainly no fancy fruit toppings or anything like that. But it's definitely edible. It's not like thin, nasty gruel or anything. You feel satisfied once you've eaten it, if you eat it.
Eva would probably eat most of the porridge and then use some of the tea to like thin down the remaining bit and then give it to the mouse.
Aw.
The mouse very happily scurries over and eats the thin down porridge. It seems to be in seventh heaven. It thinks porridge is delicious.
Enjoy. Yeah, the reason I'm thinning it down is as a real life rat owner, if that stuff is too thick, they can choke on it quite easily. So
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
real life experience because little tiny throats.
For creatures that are everywhere, they're surprisingly easy to harm.
They
I
are
mean,
very
so are
fragile.
people, really.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Hal
so
probably
he's-
has a sniff at the milk just to see if it's any good and what
Yeah,
it's
is it
from.
any good?
Yeah, it's actually the milk seems quite fresh.
Oh.
It was probably come from a cow yesterday or today. It
Yeah,
does
I mean,
seem you
confirming that
feel like
it's
looking on the outside. I don't know what your characters feel like, but you seem to being treated very humanely here.
Except my tea is cold,
surprising
and
for
that's inhumane.
Well, yeah,
As a Brit,
surprising
yes,
for a
that's the
place called
worst you could do.
Daggerford.
it's the
But
small
yeah, I
dig
mean,
they'll let you know you're in prison.
Yeah.
knowing
As
that
a
the
Brit,
milk's good.
Mm.
Sorry, yeah, knowing that the milk's
Sorry.
good, Hal just pours some of it over his like porridge just to thin it all out, and then just drinks it down.
Yeah, sure,
Ugh.
absolutely.
as
Sorry,
a
Nick, you
Brit,
were
that
cutting
cold
out.
tea. As a Brit, that cold tea is a Geneva Convention violation. I need you to know that.
What would you like them to put it in a mug and microwave it for a minute?
Oh no, that's almost worse. Fucking hell.
It's one thing
I
to make it
remember
This is the
properly.
worst
he would
timeline.
he would if he would get up, he'd make the tea first thing in the morning. And if you go when we were staying with him, if you like got up and like tried to pour yourself a cup of tea before it had sat for exactly 5 minutes, and this was a tea bag tea, and I would like to point out it should be 3 minutes, not 5. But he used to insist on 5 minutes, and if you tried to pour it before then, he would come screaming over, "Don't touch the kettle!"
Oh my god.
Oh, hilarious. Anyway, so yes, you guys enjoy quote unquote your morning meal.
Tolerate it.
And when the guard comes to take away your plates and spoons and garbage and all that kind of stuff, you realize two things. First of all, the only bathroom in this place is a hole in the floor in the corner.
Oh god.
And you've got to share. There's no privacy.
That's a hate crime.
And the other was probably a bucket, actually. And the other thing is that when the guard comes by, he says, "You're going to be brought before Sir Esteval this morning to
Who, sorry?
speak on your crimes." Sorry, what was that?
Who?
Sir Esteval.
Do we get legal counsel? I kind of feel like that's the minimum you could do.
You'll speak with Sir Esteval, and then legal counsel be provided if he deems it necessary.
Listen, all we need is just someone here to cast Zone of Truth. Can we just... There's clerics in the town. I presume there's temples?
Like I said, you'll be brought before Sir Esteval, and he leaves.
Ugh.
I mean, personally, I'm not going to say a word without either legal counsel or a zone of truth. Like, there's no point.
If you guys like, you may roll me history checks to see if you have heard of Sir Istavel.
I was gonna try to cast guidance. I can't. I feel so naked. Oh, hell yeah.
Oh,
Cora,
nice.
you don't need
I'm not even going to try and roll.
it. So Cora, you are familiar with the name Sir Istavel. The rest of you may have heard it and probably have heard it in passing. He is the Lord of Waterdeep, of Daggerford. He is a pretty important man here on the North Sword Coast. He is originally from Cormier. He was one of the Purple Dragon Riders. He is a great, big, huge knight of a man who is known for his fairness and honesty. He walks with a limp, and for the limp, he uses a cane. And his cane is quite unusual because it is carved from the leg bone of the green dragon that caused his limp.
That's badass as hell.
Mm.
Right? Like I said, he's originally from Cormier. He moved out here. He does still have ties with Cormier. One thing you should know is that Cormier and the North Sword Coast have difficult relations. They are not currently at war, although that has been in the past, but they're not exactly on friendly terms. But Sir Istavel has somehow managed to move between both worlds with equal ease. He seems to be equally welcome in both areas of the world, and he is known in both parts for his honesty and integrity.
So how do I spell where he's from originally?
Cormir, I believe, Cormier.
Okay.
And that's to the east of the Sword Coast region on the same continent that you're on. You guys are welcome to, if you want to Google it and kind of get an overview. It would be something that your characters would certainly have at least a knowledge that that place exists.
It's MYR according to Google.
Thank you, MYR. Yeah, that sounds more right. I'm a terrible speller. Fantasy spelling is just like
Take a guess.
no.
Welcome to D&D, where the names are made up and the spelling doesn't matter.
Yeah, right.
If Cora shares that information, Hal probably looks a little crestfallen and just goes,
What's wrong?
there'll be no glory in trial by combat if he's already handicapped with a limp.
I mean, I feel like if he's using the cane of a leg of a dragon that he killed, I feel like he could kick our asses.
He's old and he's past his prime and he's handicapped already. This is it's the worst day ever.
You'd want to meet a hero.
So after after waiting for probably another hour or so, you guys are brought before Sir Istavel. Do I have a picture of him on the Daggerford map. I'll show it to you next session, I guess. I do have a picture of him. Actually, if you Google him, he is an actual figure in the D&D realms. You can find a picture of him if you're interested. He great big guy, plate armor that he is probably wearing sort of as a uniform's not the right word, maybe like just sort of dress of office. He's probably not in full plate, but he's probably got like components of it on. He would not be wearing his purple cape, but he would certainly be dressed in very fine clothes. And when when you're brought before him, he is sort of in I wouldn't exactly say throne room, but it's kind of got that vibe where there's like a chair for the Lord, and also sort of there are people gathered around on the sides of the room who are interested in the goings on of the day. And you're sort of stood in a back hall, and you can hear the captain of the guard speaking about what they discovered, the fact that they had heard that there was a disturbance. they were told that someone was yelling and calling out for help. They ran up the stairs and they discovered Hal with
Damn
the blade above the body. Oh, thanks for sharing that.
I got an image, but I don't think it's actually posted as an image. I don't know that the markdown for doing it properly. I am.
Square bracket, X, square bracket.
All right. Yep.
Round bracket, link, round bracket.
Yep. Nope, doesn't like it.
Oh, weird.
Might be the link being shitty. X.
Maybe, yeah.
Try and do this without the post. Please. There we go.
That's him. That's our
Is
fella.
this room still anti-magicked?
This room is not anti-magicked. The room that you're currently in.
Okay.
And so you're brought into. So Istabel, you hear him speak. He has a very deep, rich voice, and he sort of says, "Bring them in. Bring them before me." And you are led in front of Sir Istabel, and two things. First of all, there is a second chair that has been placed next to his, and sitting upon it is a very beautiful woman. She is dressed in fine robes, and her chair is just. It's very close to Sir Istabel, and she has her hand. She's sort of leaning to the side so that she's leaning in his direction, and she has her hand on his arm. It's all very familiar. And as far as you are aware, Cora, with your excellent roll, Isabel is not married, nor does he have a partner of any kind. So you're not sure who this woman is. And he says, well, the four of you have been brought up on very serious crimes. What have you to say for yourselves?
We had nothing to do with it.
You deny that you were found with holding the very dagger that it was used to kill the poor unfortunate fellow.
We were found in there because we were sent here to speak to him on friendly terms as a contact, and when we got here, he was already dead.
Is that so?
That body had been dead for at least 2 to 3 days. Why would we come back and hold the dagger now? Are we stupid?
Well,
I don't think I am.
He turns to the captain of the guard and he says, "Is it true? Has this body been dead 2 or 3 days?" And the captain of the guard says, the medic that we asked said that the body was dead for mere minutes, if that.
No, days.
It's not.
I know bodies. Days.
I have medical training. That body had been dead for a while.
The woman leans over and she sort of whispers something in Sir Istabel's ear, and he turns at her and he smiles, and he says, "Yes, good point, my dear." And he says, "You are obviously lying to protect yourselves. I do not see any reason why my captain would lie. He has no stake in this."
There is a simple solution to this. There's a spell that can prevent anyone from lying. I'm sure someone in this town that you trust can cast it.
He looks at you and says, "Very well," and he casts Zone of Truth.
Ooh, fancy.
He is not just a warrior, he is a paladin. Because of course he is. So he casts, he has you step into the circle and casts Zone of Truth. You see again, before he gets up to cast the spell, the woman says something else to him, and he says, "No, my dear, they should have their fair, honest say."
Did she?
Um,
What the fuck? Can I insight check this bitch? Look at
yeah.
her. I don't. Something's wrong. This is giving big. What's his face in Lord of the Rings?
Mm.
Worm tongue.
Grima worm tongue.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's the one.
Grima, late is the hour.
That's what I'm getting. Sorry, insight. What am I?
Yeah, insight, please.
Okay, come on, bitch.
Yo!
Yes.
2 rolls, 2 20s. Let's go.
Alrighty. Yeah, so Cora, you're right. There is something not right about this scenario. She's for starters, from what you know of him, big upstanding paladin kind of guy. This woman is just she's all over him. Like it's inappropriate at best. I mean, they're not flat out making out on the chairs, but you kind of get that. You know, when there's just when you see those like that couple that just like
Oh my god, yeah.
can't keep their hands off each other, and you're just like, I know you're not making out in front of me, so I can't say anything, but I'm so uncomfortable right now.
Yep.
That is the vibe that you're getting from them.
Yes.
And it seems he definitely seems to be swayed to whatever she's saying. He seems to be, he has disagreed with her. Um, but you do notice when he says no to her that one time, um, his face sort of like there's like almost a moment of struggle on his face.
Hmm.
And so he casts this zone of truth spell. It does not take him long, and it does not seem to be difficult for him to do. And
I
what I
think
mean by that is he's probably capable of casting much more complex spells.
Mhm.
I think as he prepares to cast it, Hal's just going to step forward and say, "Might I request, in a show of fair and just trial, that both you and your counsel step into the circle as well? Let there be no
Uh,
lies here among us."
he says,
Where did
"I
Hal
will
get so
stand in the
smart?
circle if you wish. I have no reason to lie."
Do we mind if I also cast the spell so that we can be like really sure? You know?
Do you doubt my integrity?
Can I lie?
He hasn't finished casting the spell yet, so yeah.
Okay. No.
Well, then there's no
But
need for you to cast it.
I do like side eye the woman a little bit though.
So the woman is still sitting on the chair. She has not approached
Oh,
the
she's not
circle.
in the zone of truth, bitch.
She is not in the zone of truth. And he steps around and he casts a spell, and you do notice he is limping as he goes around, leaning on the his cane. You'll also notice if you look at the picture that Nick has put in chat for us, he has a dragon's tooth dagger, a literal dragon's tooth that has been crafted into a dagger that is like clipped to his chest as a badge of honor. Like, dude is pretty badass.
That's hot.
And he finishes
I'm gonna
casting.
break this couple up.
He finishes casting the spell, and there's sort of like a glow on the floor around every that sort of surrounds you, and he steps into it himself, and he turns and he looks at you, Hal, and he says, "Did you kill Ackerley Randall?
No, in fairness, I had forgotten the man's name already.
Did you kill the man whose body you were stood over?"
No.
And he turns to Turnip and he says, "Did you kill Ackerley Randall?"
Sorry. Don't we all have to roll charisma saves in case we want to lie?
I would opt to fail. They
that's true.
know if you
Same.
fail.
Yeah, they know if you
Yeah.
fail. So, but yes, if you wish to lie, you may roll a check.
No, because we're innocent. No, I didn't do shit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't use that language inside the court. I apologize. No.
He looks at you and he sort of says, "Believe me, I've heard much worse in my time amongst the soldiers."
Yeah.
Eva, did you kill Ackerley Randall?
No, sir.
Cora, did you kill Ackerley Randall?
Absolutely not. And the statement that I said earlier is 100% the truth.
Did any of you have any hand in Ackerley Randall's death in any way? Cora?
No, our only relationship with him is that we were sent to see him by a contact that we have back in Waterdeep because he was going to help us out with something. We've never met him, or at least I've never met him previously. I had no ill will towards him, no reason or want to kill him. We wanted his help. Him dying is a huge detriment to us.
Eva?
Exactly what Cora said. We've never met him before today. Never met him alive.
Turnip?
I think he would. I think he would be addressing me by my legal name. Only my friends get to call me Turnip.
Probably. Godric?
I think
No,
I turned him. I've never heard his real name before.
I said it once in my introduction. That's it. Everybody just called me Turnip.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah. I mean, you heard the other two ladies. I was hanging around. Well, we ain't doing nothing. Now, I got a question. Can I get my fishing pole back? I spent a couple of I spent a couple of dragons on it, and that's like a hard day. That's like a hard day's earned paycheck, and I was really hoping to catch some fish with it.
When this is over, you will receive your items back if we deem it is. If we release you.
Well, I don't know.
Hal, same question to you. Did you have any part in Ackerley Randall's death?
Not in any way I am aware of.
Very well. And he goes up and he sits back up on the chair, and the woman leans over and whispers something to him. And I'm going to make a roll right now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm rolling with my personal dice because, oh, there we go. He rolled an 11 plus. He says, yes, you're right. They must have done something to the spell. I charge you all with murder and with tampering with magical effects and lying to the Lord of Daggerford. And there's sort of a bit of a gasp.
Yeah, I'm going to look towards the other people.
Everyone seems shocked. Even the captain of the guard looks like gobsmacked. Like, he cast the Zone of Truth spell himself, and you answered, and now he's saying that you're all liars? And the captain of the guard sort of actually steps up and says, my lord, did you sense that they were lying under the spell? And Sir Istval says, no, they must have tampered with the spell, for I see that they are clearly responsible for this. Take them away.
How
We
could
didn't
we
do
possibly
anything.
done that?
And he says, you heard me, guards. Sorry,
Hal
go ahead.
straightens up and just goes, he must assume that we are stronger than his god then, for us to be able to tamper with his god's power to grant him insight into us. We truly are mighty foes.
No, we're not.
Sir Istval doesn't even react to that. Like, he's pretty confident. He's killed a dragon. So, like, some young upstart kind of being like, I'm more powerful than you, kind of doesn't seem to faze him at all. And he just sort of...
Hal, I want to clarify, Hal never said he was stronger than him. He said he was stronger than his god.
Yeah, again... it doesn't seem to faze him, and he just sort of like waves his hand, and the city guards like just kind of like look at each other, but like what can they do? They've been given an order. So they take you.
Moment, my lord, please. You've been watching us. Your guards have been watching us. Everyone here has been watching us. How could we possibly have interfered with a spell cast by someone so powerful as yourself? How?
Well, that is something that we shall have to examine.
I think we all just need to calm down, and I'm going to cast calm emotions.
Are you casting it on him?
It's a sphere.
A sphere.
And I'm hoping, because it ends charmed conditions.
Ooh.
Well, when you start casting this,
I'm hoping to do it quietly. If I don't know if that's possible. If I can just like.
give me a sleight of hand check, please.
Oh God. Okay. Sleight of hand. Come on, bitch. You've rolled so well so far. Keep it
Oh,
up.
you can do it. Ooh,
That's
That's pretty
okay.
good.
What is Isabel's perception? Hang on. Sorry.
I feel like he's gonna be big and dumb, you know? You ever heard of a
feel like that's
paladin with high
discriminating
wisdom?
against paladins here. Come
It
on.
absolutely is. If you have a paladin with high wisdom, you're boring.
You're playing it wrong.
Yeah. He's
Hmm.
definitely gonna make this, but I wanted to try something. He's this succubus ass motherfucker.
He actually does not notice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And so you cast the spell.
Now don't fucking resist.
And here come my dice.
Oh God, it's a charisma save. Okay.
Mm.
Well,
Not Adam's die. That would be dangerous.
no, roll Adam's die. He would
Or
want
so-
this.
No!
He's gonna burn a legendary
Technical.
resistance.
Yeah, I have to try something.
He looks for a moment, like he sort of blinks, and you kind of see this moment of like clarity come over his face, and then she just touches him. She just puts a hand on his arm, and he says, away with them now! And the guards start to come to you to bring you back to cells.
Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Well, who that lady whispering sweet nothing into his ear?
Should we know who's standing on our council?
Sir Istabel says, you do not have the right to speak her name.
I don't even know who she is. I don't even know her name. I did not say her name at all.
And it shall remain that way. Take them away, guards. I've had enough of this. And the guards will take you back to prison. As you're being walked back, you can see the looks on their faces. They're floored. And they put you back in the cell.
Woman. I'm going to turn to them. Listen, something is wrong with that woman. I think she's controlling him, and I don't mean in like the sort of domestic way. I mean magically.
Do
They
those
don't
seem like the actions of a sane person?
Lord Istavel is a wise and fair man.
Is he?
Yes. That
Did he just act like one?
Not being controlled.
Lord Istaval was a wise and fair man.
Wait, this place has no magic, right? No magics in this. Can you bring him to visit us here, where it's warded from magic?
I cannot bring Lord Istavel anywhere.
Can you request that he comes or something? I don't know, but he's being controlled by her. I saw it.
I don't think she would stand for that.
Would he arrive here should, I don't know, somebody attack a guard?
Okay.
I'm asking. Hal doesn't do anything. His hands are still like in front of him, but he's just like, I'm just asking a question.
The guards sort of say, like, you planning on attacking a guard, buddy? You don't want to be doing
really
that.
Depends on your answer.
No.
Yeah, well, then I guess not.
Shame.
You're safe today.
Okay, and they put you
you
guys
know
in the
something's
cell.
going on, right? You have to see it.
They are not really talking to you about it. Give me insight checks, everyone.
Are we in the no magic zone yet? Can I? No, I won't cast.
I was like, oh man. Eva, you're not able to articulate this to everyone yet because the guards are around you. But you notice that the guards seem uncomfortable with what's going on. They also seem very loyal to Sir Istaval. Um, you don't feel like what you're saying is falling on deaf ears, but they can't say to prisoners, I agree with you.
Fair, yeah.
So they're sort of being a little bit they're not disagreeing with you,
But they have to toe the line. Like
but
their
they have to
duty
toe
is
the
to him.
line.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
they're kind of like Lord Istavel's a fair man and that kind of stuff. And they're speaking in generalities rather than
Mhm.
saying specifically, yes, this is true or no, it's not or whatever. And so you get
I
the
will
idea that
kind
they're
of ask one
yeah.
of them, like the closest one to me, like, did he act like a fair man back there? Did he uphold his oath, do you think? Was that the act of a fair paladin, or was that someone that's being talked to by someone else? Just asking
If
questions right now.
if Sir Istavel sees it that way, then that is how he sees it. I've never known him to lie. And at that point, they kind of like put you guys in the cell,
Funny
and they
how he
walk
said
Can we
that
away.
just split up so
outside
I
of the
don't
zone of
have to
truth,
watch
though.
Halpy again?
Yeah, could we
And
maybe get two cells?
you guys can kind of hear the guards talking. They're sort of they go into like the back room, and they start to talk. It's a little bit soft, but if you guys want to listen in, you could probably do that with some perception checks.
Oh, just try
Or
and fucking stop
obviously,
either. Hey, twinsies.
Aw.
yeah. So I think with 14s, you guys would be able to listen in. And you can hear one of the guards basically say, like, what the hell happened back there? And the other one says, I don't know, like, he cast the zone of truth spell. I actually think they might be telling the truth. I think we need to go back and take another look at that body. I don't know. There was something that struck me weird about the new medical advisor that came in anyway. I want to go and reinvestigate this. And the other guy's going, yeah, you go take a look at the body. You go take a look at the house. I don't know. Ever since she's arrived in town, things have been on their tails, but this is beyond the pale. And they seem to be like honestly making a plan to try and prove your innocence.
Hell
Hell
yeah.
yes. They're gonna die. I feel so bad for
Probably.
them. Oh yeah.
And yeah, so that's what you guys overhear, and you kind of hear them sort of stepping away. And the guard comes up to you and says, look, you're going to be in here a little while longer. Your sentence hasn't been passed, even though you've been found guilty.
Can we get
So
separate cells? Is that a thing that we can do? Just like two, honestly, because it's. I look at Hal. He snores like a lot.
nope, you're in there together. We don't have enough space to keep you separate.
All right, worth a try.
Yep.
I know you can't say anything to us, but please look into that woman. I think she's something strange.
Mm-hmm. And he walks away.
Hey, is it lunchtime yet?
Oh, good, more cold porridge.
Oh my gosh, as someone who works in cells sometimes, that is the most accurate depiction of a prisoner I've ever heard. 2 minutes after breakfast. Is it lunchtime yet? So you guys have a little bit of time to discuss.
Okay. That woman, I mean, I know a lot about. Oh, I can't remember her name. Sir Istaval. That woman is clearly new to town, and she's something weird. He seemed to be under her sway when she touched him.
I noticed.
Yeah,
I tried to
anybody
cast
could
a
see it.
spell. Yes,
She was
I mean,
whispering them sweet nothings into his ear,
I think
touching
it's
him.
more than just like he's got the hots for her. I mean, maybe she's just so hot that he's willing to betray his oath, and honestly, good for her. But I don't think that's the case.
I mean,
you know
you
what?
saw.
We got word for one of them for them kind of women back in Yoku. We call them heifers.
Okay. You saw when
Oh,
he
good.
You saw when he
Nah, this is
disagreed with her, he had
She
to
tried.
like
Yeah,
physically
he struggles.
struggle. Like he's
Yes.
definitely under her thrall somehow,
And I
and not in a
kind of sort
domestic
of
way.
cast a spell on him when no one was looking to like sort
Hmm.
of dispel the charm. And it sort of seemed to he looked briefly different, and then she touched him again.
Okay.
So I think it's not just like he's whipped. I think that she's. And they also said, I don't know if you were hearing back there as well, but they said that something was weird about the new medical examiner.
One of
So
hers,
I don't
perhaps.
know. It might be one of hers. Could have been her in disguise. It could have been another person under her influence. I don't know. But clearly, I mean, his Sir Isteval's thing of legends, and he's known by everyone as wise and calm and fair, and that was not a rational man in there. So
No.
But what do we do
Also,
besides bitch about it?
I also need you to be aware that I can get us out of this cell pretty much any time you want. So we play along as long as we think we're getting a fair game, and then when we have to, we bounce.
If someone could actually be the heart eyes emoji, that would be Cora right now.
Because when they searched me the other day, they did not find my tools.
I don't want to know where you're keeping them, but I respect it nonetheless.
I wouldn't tell you if you asked.
And the old prison wallet. That's what I am.
Listen, whatever works.
What's the penalty for murder in Daggerford? Does anybody know?
He just ordered us. He just ordered
Yeah,
our
are they like a
execution.
life in prison, or are they execution people here?
I mean, they don't really seem to have enough cells to separate you guys 2 by 2, so
maybe they're like rehabilitation in another city.
Well, I mean, it just goes to show that she's clearly new to this then, because she should have had the gallows already set up before our trial.
I don't know that. Oh God, I don't know that they're not doing that right now. And Cora's going to start
I'm sure
pacing.
they are, but I mean, if she was smart about it, it would have been just like straight from the courtroom to the gallows.
God. Well, yeah, I don't think fuck it's not. Now I need to cast calm emotions. Fuck.
If we get the opportunity, and we have a straight shot on her, Eva's obviously saying this with a low voice just in case any guards are walking past. Can I suggest the old invisibility trick? Because
yes,
I could definitely put her in a lot of pain.
Even just something to, I don't know if she's concentrating on a spell. I mean, I don't know any. That seems powerful, but if we can break it.
Worth a try.
Yeah, I mean, if it's our lives, if we're going
to be executed,
if
we're going to be executed anyway, might as well take her with us.
Might as well be for something. I just paid rent. I don't want to be executed.
Perhaps we can send our Mr. Mouse friend somewhere to contact somebody. And I just pull the mouse out of my pocket.
Oh, right. Can he? I mean, he's a familiar. That was shared, yeah?
Yeah, it was, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, he's a familiar. I don't know what familiars can do. Can he, like, use magic?
The little mouse stands up on its hind legs and waves its little paws around like it's casting a spell. Obviously, nothing happens.
Oh
but
my
it's
God,
very
I love him.
Oh.
I've just met him, and I will kill anyone who tries to harm him.
Likewise.
Squeakerton.
I would die for this mouse. I might, in fact. There's nothing we can do other than, I mean, we could try. We could try to break out and investigate this ourselves, but I don't feel like that's just digging the hole deeper.
It's going to be rough to do as a fugitive.
I mean, is there a way that you could get out and investigate? No, I can't turn you invisible because we're in this shithole. Okay.
I will also point out that, I mean, breaking the law now is not a big deal since we've already been found guilty. So if we want to break out, knock some heads, and just skedaddle, I'm not against it.
I think maybe we
Cora
wait and
looks
see.
torn.
We maybe wait and see what the other guards achieve. Give it a couple of hours, and then
I say
if
yes.
all
Sorry.
goes to shit, then I'll get us out of here.
Yeah, I think we try to just let them do their jobs for now, and if shit hits the fan, then we can just do whatever the fuck.
Well, I'm going to warn you: the sooner the better, because that porridge it's doing its job.
Oh God.
Oh no. This
I
really
have
is the worst
blindness,
timeline.
deafness, and God, I wish I could cast it right now. End my suffering.
As you guys are discussing the eminent trials to come, or imminent trials to come, rather, not eminent. You hear a voice, and a man steps into the area in front of the cells, and he says, "Hello, hello, hello. My name is Ethan Dawson. People call me Mr. Lawson. Here to represent you if you feel you need some legal assistance."
I'm going to kill myself. What did he say
I
his
believe
name
you're
was?
a little late, friend.
Ethan Dawson, Mr. Lawson.
One more time.
Hey, I'm practicing law here.
And he says, "Look, I understand that you've got some issues here. You need some assistance. It looks like you're being unfairly accused of murder. That's what I say. You know, you can, if you have a problem, you can call me anytime, any day, and I will come and make sure that we get you off scot-free, or at very least make sure that you're not murdered in the gallows that they're gonna build outside. What do you say? You want to hire me? 10 gold pieces a day."
Oh, what the fuck? Now that's criminal. What does this guy look like?
Oh, that's a good question. He looks like every stereotypical ambulance chasing lawyer that you see on TV. The glasses, the suit, the tie, medieval style though. So fancy tunic and a cravat at his throat probably. And he's sort of medium height, medium build. He looks a little soft around the edges. Guy doesn't look like he's ever held a sword in his life. He's got soft hands with a little bit of a
No! Why?
I don't know why that doesn't work for you. It works for me every time.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this man has ever gotten anyone off.
Not even his wife.
I hold my hand out for a fist bump.
Yay!
Set him up, knock him down.
That's what he looks like in my head. You can't change my mind.
Me, but like a mix with a used car salesman. So he's got like the bad kind of like comb over, and the robes that are like a size too big. Well, unfortunately,
My fist is the law.
So, Mr. the lawyer, how exactly would you get it? Sure. How exactly would you get us out of this one? Like, he is intent on killing us right now. What's your plan?
Well, I think we need to demand a retrial. We need to make sure, basically, what the plan is always is, first of all, you bog them down in paperwork. First of all, you say, hey, this wasn't fair, that wasn't fair, we need some witnesses, we need this, we need that. You tie them up in loops. And when they're all looped and they don't know which way they're facing, you gently nudge them in the direction of innocent. That's how you do it. That's how I get people off. Happens all the time.
How many people have you
go
got
to
off?
cast silence and I can't.
And how many people are we talking?
Well, let's not get bogged down in details, shall we? The most
No,
important thing here is
I'm a detail person. I'm a detail person.
Well, look,
When's the last time you got someone off? Is it recent?
Here's the thing. The thing is, it doesn't matter. Last cases,
Don't matter. What matters is right here, right now. What matters is the four of you, and I assure you I will work at my utmost hardest to make sure that the four of you have
Aw.
everything that you need to ensure that you will be set free. Not just up, not just found, not not just let go, but actually free, actually proving your innocence. Or worst case scenario, you're just let go, but at least you're walking outside and you're not in here. What do you say? What do you say? What do you
think
got to
myself, but
lose?
I think Hal
Our
steps
lives.
up and goes, I like the cut of this man's jib. I think he knows what he's talking about. I think this is a good deal.
All
I
right,
think we
Hal,
should
why don't
all
you cover?
jump in on this.
I have no money. I spent it all on a widowed woman.
I mean, in fairness, all of my money is in holding at the moment, but I assume he offers fair rates for paying back
He said,
over
yeah,
time.
I don't...
Well, of course,
Seems
you
like
know,
the kind of
10
gentleman.
GP a
Yeah.
day, and you can pay me a down payment now, and I'll take the rest once I get you free. You
The
can
problem is we're
you can
imprisoned.
then
We
pay me
don't
with a
have
small
money.
piece of interest.
How much is the interest?
Unless you'd like a soiled bucket, we're not really liquid right now.
Yes, I understand the metaphor, even if I don't appreciate it. Interest would be 5%.
Okay.
No, money down.
Can I insight check this motherfucker?
Sure.
Like, I want to know if he's actually just like a loser or if he is being nefarious.
Oh.
He's so legit.
I mean, he's very clearly, he seems to have been allowed in here. He's telling you he's a lawyer. The guard hasn't objected. Clearly, the guard allowed him in here. So he does seem to be a lawyer that the guard knows, or at least that talked his way in here. You know,
Mm.
a lawyer who can talk his way into a jail cell, maybe that's not a bad thing.
Is there a guard here that I can make eye contact with?
Yeah, there's the guards keeping an eye.
I just want to like kind of side eye and look back at the guy and back at them and just kind of like, huh?
The guard kind of like looks back at you and just sort of like shrugs his shoulders, like, this is who came.
Oh, God.
This is our option. Unless any of you have the number of a lawyer in Daggerford, I suggest we take this offer.
Oh, I know
It's
how
only
we can make this.
5%. That's
I know
a
how we
great
can make
deal.
this decision. One moment. Absolutely.
Oh, I love that coin.
One was yes, two is no. I mean, we're already found guilty. What's the worst that can happen?
It's not even extortionate rates. It's only 5%.
Also, if we could give you advice, Mr. Lawson. No. Do you know who? Well, I guess the question first. Do you know who the woman is in there who is kind of fawning over Sir Istable?
The woman that was in there. Yes, of course, everyone knows about her. Everyone's talking about her. Who is this mysterious woman? All we know is that her name is Kylie.
Her name is Kylie.
Kylie.
She's got some fancy titles and everything as well. Not sure that I know exactly what they are myself. You'd have to ask around for that. But yeah, she arrived in town a couple weeks ago and has created a little bit of drama here in Daggerford. No one's ever known Sir Istaval to be interested in the lady folks before, or in anyone before. He's all, you know, I'm Sir Istaval. I'm all powerful and kind and just and honest. Ha! Ridiculous. But you know, he met this lady who's having a thing.
Lawyer
It's
who
good for
said
him.
kind and just is ridiculous.
Mm.
I don't know how I feel about that one.
Well, you know, I'd rather have people walking free than making sure that everyone is kind.
Eva kind of goes kind of over to the bars and kind of in Thieves' Cant asks him what he thinks our chances are, just to see what his reaction is.
To the rest of you, he says, don't
worry, I'm sure I can get you all off. We'll have you out of here, in fact, this afternoon on bail. If that's what you want, that's what we'll make sure happens. And to Eva, what he says is, oh, 100% you're going to get off. No worries.
Hmm.
I mean, you don't know if you're lying or not, but or maybe you
Yeah,
do.
I will. I like. I'm currently not trusting him, but I will insight that.
Sure, go ahead.
Insight. Eva is very untrusting of people, so
Yeah, he seems overly optimistic even to himself, but you know, he's selling himself to you, so he's got to seem positive.
I
You
mean,
do get the vibe that he's probably going to make you sign something that all your worldly possessions are his, you know, in the contract, so that if you do die, that he at least gets paid.
that is not something I would do, but sure.
Group. I'm gonna say he reminds me a lot of Dimble, and like Dimble's on the up and up. He knows his way around cities. I'm sure this guy's
who's
the exact
Dimble?
same with Daggerford. My friend Dimble. You remember little gnome from the gargoyle
No,
fight?
never
No?
saw him. He was not
He was
fighting
there.
when we were.
He took out 12 gargoyles. He said it was
Really? Who saw
spectacular.
him do that? Who? We didn't.
I don't know. He told me though. He never
Oh,
lies to me. He's always on the up and up.
Yeah, that fills me with so much confidence.
Hal sticks his head through the bars and just goes, "I think we have a deal."
No, hang on. Hold up. Let's talk about this as a group.
Let Hal make the deal. It's fine. We don't.
I do
I
not
mean,
trust this guy as far as I can throw him. Like we the kind of like muttered conversation to the rest of the group to like heads together conversation.
hang on, Hal, are you still offering your hand, or when they say that, do you pull it back?
I think Hal's gonna keep offering his hand.
Hell yeah.
Oh, the guy shakes it immediately.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
It's a deal made, brother.
Well, it's not like today can get
he turns
much
around.
worse.
He does that like superhero pose with his hands on his hips, and he goes,
Oh,
it feels like things are really turning around. It's gonna be a good day now."
oh sweetheart. All right.
Sweet summer child.
Oh, Hal. I do wonder what goes on in your head. Must be nice.
Cut
Must be
to
quiet.
crickets in a field.
Elevator music.
So Mr. Lawson says,
Deal made. Excellent. 10 GP a day plus 5% interest for anything that, comes up. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to speak with Mr. Esteval, Sir Esteval, and make sure, see if I can get you guys off on bail or something like that. Put you out on bond before they hang you, and then we'll make sure that the appeals come riding in. So I'll be back this afternoon to chat with you a lot.
and
Okay.
he wanders off.
Good luck.
What do you think the odds are that he gets killed?
I reckon they'll be locking him in
Minimal.
the cell within about half an hour.
If he gets locked in our cell, I'm killing myself.
I'm killing him.
I don't think that would be enough for me. I think his memory burned into my brain would ruin me forever. If I have to watch that man use that bucket, I'm gouging at my own eyes. I do promise.
We won't let him get to that point.
My question is, Cora, why do you insist on watching everybody who uses the bucket?
Watching?
There's a
It's just
other wall you can look at.
I have been staring at the other wall for so long. It's still a fact that it's right there. You know, I'm not seeing it. I'm spiritually seeing it. It's worse.
Okay, guys, I need a 30-second break to go fill up my coffee cup because it is distressingly empty. I will be right back. In the
Okay.
meantime, if you guys want to take like just a really quick break yourselves, or if
Sure.
you want to plan on what you want to do next, either way is good with me.
Okay, we'll maybe have a conversation here, I guess.
Yeah,
I just want to
coffee's
gush
full.
about the choice of the name Kylie, as in Kylie Minogue, and can't get you out of my head.
Yeah. We should be so lucky.
What if we just like kill her?
I mean, that was my suggestion earlier.
Or maybe not kill her, just knock her out. Well,
I mean, if you have that conversation in front of Hallie, she goes, "No, we just leave. We just leave this city or town or whatever you want to call it. It's clearly, I mean, we did what we came here to do, which was check on that contact.
we came
and
here
if
to
they
get
are
those
dead,
rings from him, and there were rings in the room, and I kind of want to know if they're done, because honestly, they'd be really nice to have to not be scryed on.
We could, at the very least, if they're still there, grab them and bring them back with us. And then if they need more work, they can have more work done in the city.
I wish there was a way to contact Cassandra and let her know what had gone down.
Does anybody know what the carrying capacity of a mouse is? Perhaps it could go get the rings, and then we leave.
I mean,
they are surprisingly strong, but I don't think I could take all 4.
It's eating trips. I want to know. Did anyone look at the?
2 at a time.
Did anyone look at the note that was on the desk from Cassandra? I don't think we had time.
I think we glanced at it. We didn't read it properly.
Okay. Well, I want to know what that says too.
Didn't do anything. He was too busy stabbing the guy that we were supposed to be meeting.
That was so perfect. I also want to know. Okay, so back over the trail, because my first question was going to be, why did they walk in at that exact moment? Were they told to wait, whatever? But they said they heard screams for help,
which is strange.
Yeah, because
Miss Minogue is clearly some sort of wizard and just made screams or made them hear screams.
But why didn't we hear them?
I mean, Hal was distracted stabbing the guy that we were supposed to be meeting.
I mean, you actually very much did stab him, just not in a lethal kind of way.
The other thought, cleric, there's a Temple of Timora here, isn't there?
Yes, and that's my god. So
could someone there cast Speak with Dead and ask the corpse himself who killed him?
True, yes. I didn't think about that.
But it's not going to help us anyways, because dude's already decided that we can trick magic.
Yes, I mean, Hal is right. He's convinced that we're sort of beyond the magics. But it would help the gods investigate. I was hoping to get to that temple anyway.
Maybe it's something we can suggest to the guards if they come through again. One of the ones that seem to be on our side.
Well, I'm hoping they're smart enough to do that themselves. I really, I don't think we have to do everything for them, but if we do, then so be it. They were at least smart enough to they seem to question the shit ruling. So they're not that stupid. I say quietly to make sure no guards overhear that bit.
The guard walks past, gives you the side eye as he walks, keeps going.
If it's one of the guards that we trust,
note about...
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Nick.
If it's one of the guards that seems to be like somewhat on our side, I would kind of call him over and suggest a Speak with Dead spell. Like I saw your message, but I feel like it's still something that could be worth doing.
Yeah, absolutely. It like I said, it will work if he saw. There's a chance it won't work if he didn't see. I believe I stated
that we were for a reason, right? He'd be like, "Oh yes, I was expecting them." Kind of build up a story.
That's definitely true. And he was stabbed in the chest, so it is likely that you did see. I just wanted to remind you of how the rules work, just so that we're all clear. So the guard hasn't really given you a one way or other feeling. The guard was not one of the people who escorted you back. This person is the one that's just sort of in charge of the cells.
Okay, then I wouldn't ask him. If he's not one of the ones that I'd got the impression was on our side, I'd leave it until one of those guys is coming past.
Sure, okay. So you guys have find yourselves in a holding pattern once again. So I guess my question is, do you have any plans to do anything, or are you going to continue to stay in cells until the next kind of thing happens? Like, do you want me to fast forward time at this point, or is there more you would like to do right now?
I don't think at this point we're planning on breaking out.
Are we sending the mouse for the rings?
Yeah, do we want to send the mouse to go check it out and then...
We could do that's a long journey for a mouse to take.
For a little guy.
It's like a 5-10 minute walk for us, but you like compound that. You square that for something quite so small.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of risk.
So it's like an
there, too.
hour each way. Yeah.
And I will state we can't really talk to it when it gets back.
That's the thing. Well, it can understand us, right? It can squeak at us.
We can
But
one
that's
squeak the
understand
S, two
us,
squeaks
but-
no. Yeah.
Do we have an idea of how far out the anti-magic goes?
You do not. Well, you might actually. It seems to be your like on the cells themselves. It does not seem to be
Okay.
in the hallway because they put you in cuffs in the cells to put you out into the hallway. But you kind of get the vibe that it's just the cells that have it. That way, if they need casters to cast in the hallway, they can.
Okay. I mean, if we broke one of us out, one of us could I could turn invisible and go look around, but I don't think that would be.
If we're going to break somebody out, I suggest we have one of those rings. That way, whoever's out will be hidden from scrying.
Well, that's even if they were completed.
I mean, it's better than not.
That's
having
true,
it.
but
I mean, not.
Oh, Hal, you're so smart. When did this happen?
That last time I took a hit to the head, it really jostled something.
We have actually 5 members of this group. We have Turnip, Cora, Ava, Hal, and then Chris, who joins it occasionally. Hal goes blank in the face, and then the smart person talks.
I am Hal's god, and I speak directly through him sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, that was a really good idea. Oh, hey, Chris. Okay, I guess we're just gonna sit tight for the second, but maybe do we want to send the mouse to get one of the rings?
We could try. I mean, we can't check that the ring works inside this zone.
Yeah, I guess not. Okay.
No, but you guys are gonna pass up the opportunity to see a mouse wearing a ring like a hula hoop.
Turnip, I just sent you a whisper.
I don't use one.
Sorry, not. Hang on. You know what I mean.
I just want to say that Turner has been doing nothing but just sitting down, picking at a straw mat and mumbling to himself.
Eva's really torn on whether or not to actually try and escape. Like, the urge is there, but that also makes us look guilty as fuck. That just confirms everything he said so far if we try and escape now.
That's the thing, is like if the guards do their job and come back and be like, hey, oh wait, no, you broke out. Okay, maybe you're not so innocent.
Yeah.
I will state though that Cora's been pacing increasingly faster, and it is starting to it's almost like a little bit warmer near her.
Another quick thing, Kirsty. I thought I could. I unpacked the blade though. I could just summon it to my hand.
Oh right, we didn't do that. Sorry. Okay, I'm thinking of. Never mind. Please ignore that then.
Yeah, I'm like Ava, summon it at will.
Yeah. I forgot that we had that feature attack. This is what happens when I don't have my notes and I'm trying to do something cool and it doesn't work. All right. Ignore the whisper.
Yeah.
We fast forward time. So you guys sit in your cells for a bit longer, and then one of the guards comes over to you. This is one of the ones who Cora and Eva overheard speaking about trying to garner more information on this case. And the guard walks over to you and says, I have some questions for you. Would you be willing to speak with me without your attorney present?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, because he's probably really annoying.
Isn't he just?
I don't know. I don't know if this is in our best interest, guys. I mean, we made a deal, and he's our
You shook on the deal.
now.
I didn't shake on anything.
I don't need you guys all condemning me to swinging from the gallows. I'm saying maybe we should wait for the attorney to show up.
We don't know. I feel good about this guard, specifically.
Mhm.
This one. Hello.
Let's roll the dice here.
Toss the coin, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
He says, well, hello.
Suppose.
My name's Derek.
Nice to meet you, Derek.
I'm looking into I'm working on this investigation. And I want you to know I'm a neutral party. I'm not trying to influence things one way or another. I'm just trying to get down to the truth. And some of the things that you said there to Sir Esteval made us go back and do a little bit of re-examining. And I'd just like to know a couple questions.
Mhm.
You said that he'd been dead for a couple of days. How did you come about that knowledge?
Well, we
My-
went in there to go visit him, as we were in town to do, and we saw the body, and I have some medical training, and we investigated it and decided that based off of what stage the corpse was in, it had been about 2 or 3 days.
And how long have you been in town?
I mean,
We
we
had been
arrived.
here an hour before y'all arrested us.
Right. And have you ever been to any of the inns or taverns here?
About a year ago, I passed through this town once, and I stayed somewhere overnight, but not recently.
No. I've never been this far out. I've literally never left Waterdeep before here.
So none of you have.
I
Sorry,
bought
go
a
ahead.
fishing rod from the marketplace. That count?
Mhm.
As I say, sitting down.
When did you buy that?
This morning, last night. Well, last morning, yesterday morning.
The day we
Right.
arrived.
Yeah.
So none of you have been to the Happy Cow.
No, what's
There's
that?
No.
What's a happy cow? There's a happy
Why
cow.
is the cow
here?
happy?
It's a tavern
Is
here
that
in
part of
town.
Chain?
At least I hope it's the name of the tavern here in town. I think it is, based on my memory.
I've known a place called the Happy Cow existed here. That would have
yeah,
been
it
the
is,
first
yeah.
place I went instead of the town guard barracks.
Yeah, 15 on the map is the Happy Cow.
That's fun. No, we never got the chance to kind of stay anywhere overnight.
Right. And
Why? If I can ask.
well, there's some people who say they saw you there.
Credible people?
Yeah, pretty credible people. It's interesting
People
that they
that
only
would
saw
be
you one at
willing
a
to
time, though.
stand.
Oh, one at a time. So,
People that
like,
would
as
be
if someone
willing
could
to
disguise
stand
themselves.
in a.
Sorry, what are you saying, Hal?
People who would be willing to stand in a zone of truth and
Well,
attest
I
to
believe
that.
I
believe
wonder if
so.
they're being honest, but he says, Derek said that they saw us one at a time. So likely someone was disguising themselves as us. So people have probably been plotting our framing for a while. We go everywhere together. It's a bit unhealthy. We've only known each other for like a week.
Have you do you have any enemies that would try and you say you've been set up? Do you have any enemies that you think would do that?
So, to give you a little bit of a backstory, though, have you heard much news from Waterdeep recently?
Yeah, I heard one of the statues walked, and there was some kind of.
The gargoyles and weird things coming through portals, and we
I heard
were
there's some trouble.
investigating. We were investigating those problems. A somewhat powerful magic user seems to have been behind them, and we came here to try and get some rings to help us not be scryed on by them. That was our entire purpose to get here. Our patron's friend was the person that you're accusing us of killing.
What's the name of your patron?
What's her name again?
Cassandra.
Cassandra. There you go. Yeah, Eva knows Nick is stupid. Yeah, Cassandra, and with surname. Like, she sent us here a week. It took like a week to get here.
5 days, yes.
5 days, yeah. to get that information, to get those items from him. We arrived. We found him dead. We were
Cassandra
investigating his
Sturgeon
body.
is her real name.
There you go. Yeah, we were investigating his body when y'all busted in.
Can I get insight checks from you guys, please?
Of course.
Yes. Let's go, bitch. Ooh, Hal.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
first time in like 3 games I've broken 15, guys.
Hooray! I feel like there needs to be that little like squeaky hooray noise every time you roll above a 15. So yeah, you can all see that he's kind of nodding to himself. It seems like the things that you're saying are kind of jiving what he's seen, especially when you talk about the rings. You're guessing that he's probably found those 4 rings. And when you say Lady Cassandra and he's probably found the letter.
Mhm.
So things seem to be adding up for him, and he's nodding. And he says, "Do you know the name of this powerful magic user that you think is causing some of these problems?"
I don't think we got a name.
No, we've only got a fake name.
We never
When did you
actually
say-
identified them.
When did you
We're
say
not
that
sure it's fake.
Kylie got to town?
A couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Weeks ago.
Okay. Interesting.
I want.
Yeah, interestingly, about the same time that the gargoyle attacks happened.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't like that. Ooh, I just got the whole full body shivers. Okay.
Well, you've given us some things to work with. I thank you for answering my questions.
Can I suggest the Temple of Timora? My friend here is a cleric of Timora. They may be able to cast Speak with Dead so you can get some answers off of the corpse himself.
He says, your lawyer's looking into that. I've heard you made that request. Seems like he's trying to get the corpse to talk, but he doesn't want the guards there. I
mean,
presume just in case the guy says that you killed him. I don't know. Yeah, we'll look into it.
Appreciate it.
When did where, did Miss Kylie say where she was from?
Apparently somewhere in Cormier.
Right.
Old friend of the Lord's
Uh-huh.
from back in the day, or so she says.
If you could try to get him, I know it's difficult, but somewhere where there's like an anti-magic zone, then I feel like a lot might be fixed.
Yeah.
We have reason to believe that she's magically influencing him. It's not just her feminine wiles.
Thank you for that information.
And thank you for looking into this.
Yes, thank you.
It's my job.
Good doing.
Heads off. He seems a little bit unsettled.
Eric will be spared in the revolt.
And you see him going over and talking again with a couple more guards, and they have a pretty intense conversation. This time it's very quiet. You can't hear what they're saying, but they sort of separate and head off on their ways. And you guys are about to spend another night in prison, unless you plan a breakout or anything else you want to do.
I'm so tempted to break out just to use a normal bathroom.
Hal's gonna wave down one of the guards and be like, I meant to ask, how are the gallows coming? Like, did you guys have to import a carpenter or something?
Oh no, we got carpenters in town. They're almost finished.
Oh god.
Okay. It's been like a whole day, so I just...
Oh, don't worry, the
Waterdeep,
execution's scheduled for in the morning.
Oh,
yeah, exactly, Nick.
I can only take so much time in this cell with these 3. He won't stop talking to himself, and these 2 are, I don't know, they keep looking at me weird.
I give him another weird look.
He says, don't worry, it's at least they'll you won't have to worry about odd looks any longer for much longer.
Oh god.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, you said it's in the morning. Do we get like a special order breakfast? Because I'd really like some eggs and some like thick cut ham if you've got it.
Yeah, we don't do that. You'll get porridge again.
Mhm.
You'll get an extremely
Could you
bad
sneak
review.
some salt? Could you sneak some salt into the porridge or something?
Salt I might be able to do.
Oh, at least this place isn't that bad, I guess. You hear that, guys? We might get salt in the porridge.
Feels like salt in the
Yay.
wound at this point.
So not long after the guard comes by, brings you guys dinner, which again it's not great, but it's passable. It's a bit of sort of offcuts of beef. It's a bit stringy, it's a bit fatty, but it's food and it's decently cooked. Again, it's warm. There's also some mashed potato with it. It's got that slightly gray color of like school
Ugh.
dinners.
Ugh.
Uh, and and then some vegetables, just like probably like carrots and stuff like that. And it's just again just a little bit overcooked, so it's just like got that mushy texture.
It's like they're doing this on purpose, because one thing's undercooked, one thing's overcooked. It's spiteful.
Um, and yeah, your lawyer comes back, and he says, "Well, I've got good news and I've got some bad news for y'all.
Yes.
The good news is I managed to get you eggs for breakfast."
Guys,
that-
it's paying for itself at this point. Eggs for breakfast.
The bad news is they won't have an appeal and they're going to hang you in the morning.
Well, they're gonna try, but eggs for breakfast, guys.
So
We'll give
I
you that
want you
quick
to know
energy.
I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to make sure that we can get you off. I'm still putting in the paperwork, but Sir Esteval is he's usually receptive to hearing appeals and things, but he does not seem to be this time. Nor does he seem to be willing to waver on his sentence.
Do you have any way of having a conversation with him in a anti-magic zone? Because you might get more luck that way.
An anti-magic zone. I can try, but I don't know. He's particularly stubborn these days.
Yeah.
Not like his usual self at all.
Have you spoken to him without his advisor at any point?
His advisor? Oh, you mean the lady? No, he's always with her.
Try to separate them.
Isn't that kind of like against, I don't know, our privacy policies to have her involved?
I mean, there's not really any privacy policies. It's whatever the Lord wants, the Lord gets. Usually, Sir Esteval is known for being a fair and just Lord. But well,
He
I
has
don't
been
want
none
to
of
say
these
anything
things.
against him.
Well, I mean,
They wish
I
you
guess
kind of separate her
for
from him.
trying.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna keep on working my little hiney off. In the meantime, Hal, I just need you to sign this paper to officiate what we shook our hands on here. Could you just sign it the dotted line down here, please?
Let me have a look
I'll
at that
just
before he
take
signs it,
any-
please. Let me have a look at it.
I mean, I made
How?
a deal. This
Word
is
of
just-
advice. Word of advice. Do not sign paperwork without reading it. Without someone who knows
He's
how to
my
read
attorney.
reading
He's got
it.
my best interests in my.
No,
in
no, he does not.
mind.
No, he has his best interests in mind.
I don't know what you're talking
sorry.
about. I want what's best for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mr. Law, but I've known her longer, so I'm gonna get her to read it.
Yeah, that's fine with me. No problem. You want to have a second opinion? No worries. You take a look at the contract, Eva,
Mhm.
and it's a lot of unnecessary legalese.
Mhm.
Can you please make me an intelligence check?
I can.
Nice, yeah. So you take a look at it, and for the most part, it's not straightforward,
Mhm.
but what it's asking for is, and basically, it's 10 gold pieces a day,
Mhm.
with 5% return on interest, depending on how long it takes him to 5% a day interest on paying back what is owed. And should you or should Hal be deceased, then the money would come out of his effects.
Hmm. I mean, it seems straightforward enough, aside from the bullshit words. I kind of relay exactly what it says to the group. Up to you.
Sounds fair to me. Although, is there any chance, since it's our last night, could you fight to get us some like writing equipment so that we can leave our last letters for those who may or may not miss us?
I think that's something I can do. Certainly, as your lawyer, once you sign on that dotted line, that would definitely be something I could look into. Can't make any guarantees, of course, but I can certainly try.
Wow, you can at least try. And he'll take the parchment and the pen. And for Hal, it's like surprising how neat his signature is. Almost like it's been practiced a million times.
There's a autograph.
And there you go. Full legal name. It goes like across the whole line, and he has to keep writing underneath.
Awesome. He says, "Excellent. Thank you very much. I look forward to working with you for as long as that lasts, sir."
And
do try your best to get those writing utensils, because I would like to send a letter to my father.
And he goes off, and you can hear him speaking with the guard. And the guard is sort of like, "No, I'm not giving them. No, I'm not gonna. Okay, fine. You know what? Fine."
Annoy them into submission.
Yeah, basically, he just talked him into it. And so he is able to procure each of you a piece of paper and a pencil or pen.
Oh, one more thing I'd say to him before he leaves us, I'd mention the guard that came to us and was actually trying to help, and say this guy was actually trying to get us freed. Talk with him. Like, don't be a dick to him. With his help, you might actually get somewhere.
Excellent. That is really good to know. Thank you for sharing. I will make sure that I speak to the authorities and the appropriate ones. And he heads off.
We're gonna die. This is we're. Yep. Fuck.
Nope, I'm not gonna allow it.
And at about 4:00 in the morning, Derek the guard comes back. He doesn't look like he slept all night. He's got sort of like circles under his eyes. He's looking really pale. He looks tired. And he says, "We've been investigating. Don't believe you murdered Ackerley Randall. But Sir Esteval has been unwilling to hear any further evidence. He states that he has heard enough. So you are scheduled to be murdered to be hung in the morning."
He
I see
seems
you
like such a fair man.
Pet mouse there. Can I have a look?
Eva holds it out in his hand. I think it was Ackerley's familiar.
Oh, you're very sweet, little mouse. Hello. And he takes it and puts it in his hand. He looks kind of like uncomfortable holding a mouse. He says, "I've never held a mouse before. You're very light. I wasn't expecting that." And he hands it back to you, Eva. And when he does, the mouse, there's something that the mouse is holding in its little paws. And Derek says, "Good night. Your eggs will be here in about an hour. And just so you're aware, the guard that is watching you is going to be in that room over there, but I've told him not to do rounds so that you can say your prayers or whatever in peace.
Sure, prayers. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And he walks away, and the mouse is holding the key to the cell.
Yes.
I am gonna kiss Derek on the mouth after we're done here.
Eva will like
Okay.
let him get away for like deniability sake. Look at the group and say, "Well, I guess we leave."
But the eggs, they were
The
going to
eggs.
salt the eggs.
We can get better eggs anywhere else, and there will be no threat of hanging. We leave.
But I even kept my pencil so that I could stab the guard when they tried to take us to the gallows and we could make an escape.
Okay.
Well,
Hear
we
me out.
might
Listen, I know
use
we
it
want to
now.
leave, but I feel very strongly about getting rid of Kylie.
I mean, that's a thing
This
we could do
doesn't-
as well.
Well, here's the thing. This doesn't end here. If we get away, she knows it,
Mhm.
and they come after us. We have a few hours where she thinks we're locked in here, where we can get shit done.
Mhm.
I
We
don't
have
think
an
we walk
hour.
away. Well, then we
The
better
eggs
make it work.
show up in an hour.
Okay, we'll come back for your eggs in an hour. But
No, but I mean, like, they're going to bring the eggs here and notice that we're not here in an hour.
Okay, so we've got an hour to make this work. Let's go.
Mhm. Okay. Yep. Unlock the cell.
Okay, the key slides into the cell, and it is squeaky-less. Squeaky-less? It's oiled.
No, that squeaky-less is the word.
The everything is oiled. The key just like snicks in the lock really quietly. The door opens without a creak, and you step out. As soon as you step out into the hallway, those of you with magical abilities can feel that you are once again in touch with your magic. And I think this is where we're gonna take our break.
Okay.
So let's take 10, top up your coffees, do what you need to do, and we'll meet back at 10:02.
Peachy.
Okay.
All right.
See you soon.
Sounds good.
See you.
First task is to find the chest with all of our shit in it.
Yep.
Because I can't cast spells without it.
And we're
Welcome
live.
back, everybody. We are back from our break, and now we have the intrepid group of heroes standing for the first time in a couple of days outside of their cells, outside of handcuffs. You just used the key that was given to you by the guard via a mouse to escape. And there is one guard who is keeping watch. He has been told not to come by and visit you, so you've got an hour in which to do whatever shenanigans you come up with. You'll just have to keep things quiet as you sneak past him.
Out of curiosity, is there a chair with a back on it in the hallway? Like in the in the the hallway that would have to go down to go past him?
Sure.
Because what I would like, I think Eva would do to give him some deniability and to help us get past is just do the old lock the door, close the door hand with the chair under the door handle trick, so that he can't come out if he wants to.
Mhm. Yeah, you prop the door up there and get it under the handle. Let's make sure you do it nice and quietly to see if he notices. So go ahead, give me a stealth check.
Blessing of the
Okay.
trickster on
Oh.
Eva.
Ooh.
And guidance. I'm going all. I have so much magic. Here
I
it
will
is.
add guidance for that. Thank you.
So
Where's
advantage in a
guidance?
D4.
Yeah. Oh, 14.
Routine.
Well, I tried.
Lucky for you,
Doesn't
this guy
help when I don't
is
roll double fives.
not really expecting any trouble. He's sort of like dozing in his chair, and you managed to do it unhindered. He does not seem to notice your presence.
Sweet. Right. Let's go past.
I'm going to I'm going to cast Blessing of the Trickster on myself now that.
Okay.
Yeah, just because you're good.
I mean, yeah, I have a very good bonus to stealth, so yeah.
Yes. Okay. Plan. Are we going to go find her?
Yep. Equipment than her?
Right, yes. We'll gather our equipment.
Yeah. Do we have a rough idea of where they would have put our stuff?
Yeah, there's you would have seen them take it away. There's a hallway with a door. Like down the hallway, there's a locked door. Just a couple of feet down.
Okay. I will go to that door and I will retrieve my lockpicks from you do not know where and use them to unlock said door.
Sure, give me a lockpick check, please.
So in this edition, you no longer make tools checks. You make like sleight of hand check, and if you have proficiency in the tools, you have advantage on the check.
Yep.
Is what I remember.
Oh,
it being
interesting.
In. Yeah.
Okay.
So
yes, please do that then.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, Eva, it is it's not a great lock. As you pick the lock, you realize that the key probably would have worked. It's probably the same key for all the cells and the door. But who needs a key when you've got
when you have a rogue
mysterious lockpick? And yeah, you open the door, and inside are like little bins with all of your equipment in. Each one is separated via person, so you have no problem just grabbing your stuff, putting it on. Let's get another set of stealth checks from everyone as you re-equip, just trying to be quiet so you do not alert the guard.
Who's got the worst stealth here?
Probably me. If I had to
take
the heavy armor.
Take guidance.
You're not wearing your heavy armor at the moment. Remember, because they've taken everything from you. So
I am gonna try and put it on though.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Which is gonna take like 10 minutes.
Just throw like some of it on, you know.
It's chainmail. I'm putting it all on.
Look at those 20s.
Hal, you're guided, so.
Oh, sorry. Here, let me add my D4. There you go.
Here's the
good news. Are like stealth rolling down the hallway, and you're just like clank, clank, clank.
So this is a group check, so we will be going with as long as half the party succeeds, or I guess 3 out of 4 succeeds. So
it wasn't a 1. Could have been a 1.
Turnip just walked into the room and put on his backpack. That's it. I have no armor, no nothing.
Awesome, I love it.
Yeah, Eva
I
puts
think I have
on
a
like
chain
her.
shirt that I just slip on.
Eva puts on like her bodysuit thing. Like steps into it. Grabs her backpack. Other than that, she's got nothing else. No other effects.
Yeah, you guys travel pretty
Okay.
light except for Hal.
All right. So what's the plan? Ava, do you want to go scout ahead invisible
I mean, that could be pretty sweet. Yeah, I could
and maybe
go and find them.
her?
Find out where she is.
I
Come
mean-
back to you.
And then are we
Sorry.
Are we attacking her? I mean, she seems really powerful.
I feel like we kind of have to. We have to even the score somehow.
Right, but we should try to not kill her outright, because then we could actually just be charged for murder that we commit, you know.
I mean, we're going to be executed for murder if they catch us. What's another one? They can't execute us twice.
But if we, break the enchantment on him, and then, oh, you're innocent of that, but you also just killed someone right in front of me. So maybe
then we
like
have the opportunity to explain that, she was controlling him.
maybe we just knock her out.
This is Chris talking and not Hal, but like I think our priority should be get the rings and then probably leave, because if we try to deal with her, she's gonna bring him, and again, this is Chris talking, not Hal. We cannot take him.
I know, but I don't. If we escape, she knows who we are. She knows what we've done. She knows that we know her. Like, she's not gonna just let us go.
No,
but if we have the rings,
at
then
least
she can't follow us.
On us.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but also morally, I don't know.
I could try and find where they're keeping like the evidence. I assume there is somewhere for that. Grab the rings, grab the letter. Like, I would love it if we could blindside her, just us, take her out quickly, but I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. And
Well, why don't you go sneak around and try to do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
And the other thing, though, is if we do kill her, we are officially guilty of murder.
That's what I'm saying, is I don't think we should kill her. I think we should just knock her out. If we could knock her out and put her in the anti-magic cell, perhaps all of our problems are solved. You know?
Yeah.
I think that's what we aim to do, is knock her out, drag her to there, and then if for all we know, she could be disguised. I mean, we know she can. I mean, I'm theorizing she can do that. It was probably her posing as us. So if we put her in the little anti-magic thing where she can't do shit, right, because she's a powerful mage, do we have any of those anti-magic cuffs? We could slap those on her.
I might be able to get some from
if you can,
evidence or
yeah,
whatever.
If you can get some, and I can just turn you invisible, and you can just walk up behind her and slap the anti-magic cuffs on her. Then perhaps problem solved.
Okay.
Where are the anti-magic cuffs?
Hopefully I'll be able to find a storeroom or something.
Are there any in here? We're in sort of a holding storage room. I'm gonna look around.
Yes. There are some cuffs in there. Why not?
Okay, so let's just grab a few pair.
Hold on, I got a question. How is we gonna walk all the way? Okay, like she is probably living with Sir Isteval inside that big old manor on top of the hill.
We're in the bottom of that, aren't we? That's where the prison is?
You are in the bottom of that, yes.
All right, never mind. I thought we had to walk.
So why don't we just take a bunch of the cups? Honestly, they just kind of seem useful, like for general shit. How many pair can we get?
2.
Okay, so I'll take one because I can sort of be invisible and you can be invisible. And then I'll make you invisible now, and I'll get you all hidden, and then why don't you go and try to we'll follow you from a distance, and you can just try to sneak up and slap those on her, and then that might just be it might end the charm, and then problem solved.
Okay, yeah, I can give that a try. Yeah, she will. She does the thing where her eyes glow again, and is going to cast Psychic Whispers.
Ooh.
And it will last for 4 hours,
Nice.
which is just as well. If it lasted longer than 4 hours, we'd need to see a doctor. Number of creatures equal to my proficiency bonus, so definitely Cora. And any preference for Turnip or Hal?
I
Will there be a
you should
feedback
probably
loop
talk
from
to
Hal?
Turnip. He's used to voices in his head. If you talk to Hal directly into his head, it's going to cause problems.
Okay. You okay with this, Turnip?
With what?
She says, talking into your head.
I'm sort of looking up. You sound kind of different.
It's a knack I have. Her lips have not moved.
And ventriloquism.
And like
That's
for
wait, no,
half a
that's
second,
you.
her eyes glowed.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's you.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought you was, I thought, never mind.
You thought that she was the other guy.
What are you
Don't
talking
worry,
about?
I'm not gonna pry on your business. We can only send messages.
Okay. I will I will re-give, luckily this is infinite, I will re-give Blessing of the Trickster to Eva.
Mhm.
And I will cast invisibility. Where is it? Where? There it is. Okay. Good luck. Scream if you need help and keep us updated on which turns you're taking, where you're going, so we know
Will
where
do.
to find you.
Will do. Okay. So yeah, Eva's going
Right.
to sneak her way out of the area, try and work out where the like higher class quarters are. Giving like a running commentary in her head of where she's going to the others.
Sure. Let's call this a, I don't know, sell me on a skill here.
I mean, like a memory, like she's seen a lot of this place, or like a survival.
Let's call,
don't
you know what,
know.
let's call it intelligence.
Okay.
I'm going to give you advantage because you are used to breaking into people's houses. You'd have an idea
Mhm.
of what layouts look like. Generally, the higher up you go until you hit the attic, fancier things are.
Yeah.
And then the attic is the poor people place again.
Yeah.
So you kind of know to like go up to the higher place. You know to follow where the hallways look a little nicer, where the paintings are a little bit better. So go
Okay.
ahead and give me an intelligence check with advantage.
Okay. Advantage. Intelligence. Please go well. 18. Thank fuck for
18, yeah.
advantage.
So you because of your knowledge, your break-in skills,
Mhm.
you're able to kind of follow upwards until you hit sort of the floor where the sort of the bedrooms seem to be for the upper class folk.
Mhm.
This is sort of a manor house, so there would be, in addition to the lord and lady, there's also probably other nobles that are here,
Sure.
and then of course a ton of staff. So let's also get a stealth check. Obviously, you have advantage thanks to your invisibility.
Okay. Advantage. Stealth. 15.
Oh, I mean,
I
it's not
can't
bad.
wait to have uncanny to have the like the knack
Reliable talent.
ability. Yeah, reliable talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
They lowered
I'm
it to
going to
level
be a
7,
problem.
right?
I'm going to be a problem at level 7, Kirsty. I need you to be aware of this now.
Oh, I look forward to it. Yeah, so you're decently quiet. You're not as quiet as you would like to be, but it is early in the morning.
Sure.
People are mostly sleeping.
I think
You can
Eva would
hear.
Eva would try and find some like an apron or something that makes her look like a member of like cleaning staff or something.
Okay. Let's get a perception check to see if you can find something like that.
Okay.
Nice.
That was with advantage. I apologize. So it's probably an 8.
That's okay.
Less nice.
Yeah, that wasn't
So you
quite as
look
good.
around, and as you're sort of getting higher up towards your goal, there's less and
Mhm.
less staff stuff,
Mhm.
and so unfortunately, you're not able to find an apron or anything like that lying around.
Mhm. That's okay.
But you are
Um.
invisible, so you've got that
Yeah.
going for you at least.
Yeah.
You do hear staff moving around downstairs.
Mhm.
Seems like they're up doing, the early morning baking the bread and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And when you look out the windows, you see in the courtyard, or just outside of the courtyard, I guess, probably um, like just outside of the wall. If I remember correctly, it's got like the manor house, and then there's like a wall around it, and there's a hill going up to the
Yes.
house. It
Yeah.
would be at the top of the hill before the wall.
Mhm.
There would be you would see that a gallows has been built.
Okay.
It looks as though there's only one. They probably would have built it big enough for all four of you. There's four nooses hanging there ominously.
Mhm.
You can see that out the window, which is sort of depressing.
Mhm.
And you keep going, and you find a series of rooms, and any one of these could be the Lord's chamber or the Lady's chamber. You're not
Mhm.
sure.
I'm gonna try and kind of listen at the door and try and work out like that. Obviously, there will be like the finest one will probably be the Lord's chamber, and then she'll probably have like the finest guest bedroom, I imagine, nearby. Is my guess, unless they've
Okay,
completely crossed that line. But
a logical assumption.
yeah, I've posted a picture of the complex in the Stones chat for you.
Oh, thank you. That is very helpful. Yeah, I tried to move over to the page, and it just hung on loading, so I had to go back
Fair.
to the splash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah.
perfect. So yeah, you're taking a listen at the doors.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception check, please.
Okay. Normal perception. E.
Nice.
Okay. So from behind one of the doors, you hear a snoring sound. It's very
Mhm.
soft, but there's definitely some snoring happening from behind one of the doors.
Okay.
Um, the the other doors that you listen in at, one has no sounds that you can hear, and one you don't hear anything, and then you hear a sound as though someone has like turned over in bed, and you just hear like the bed creak a little bit. So there's two rooms that you've identified as being occupied.
Okay. I am going to the room that was not the snoring. I'm going to give it a minute or two after the turnover, and then I'm going to as quietly as I can, open the door a crack. Like use maybe some of my thieves' tools kit to make sure that the hinges are oiled, so that nothing.
Yeah.
Use that time to oil the hinges and make sure it doesn't betray me, and then open the door as quietly as I damn well can.
Okay, another stealth check with advantage, please. I'm giving you
Okay.
advantage because you're invisible, and also because you've oiled the door lock hinges.
He also has Blessing of the Trickster, which is
And Blessing
advantage
of the
on
Trickster. You have all of the
Yeah.
advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, 25. You peel open the door, and you see a large, like king size bed with the fancy, the fancy four post bed kind of deal, and beautifully carved furniture. There's paintings on the walls, and there is a woman sleeping in the bed. You recognize her from downstairs, but it is not the lady who was sitting next to the Lord. This looks like a visiting noble.
Okay. I will then reclose the door.
Oh my god, what if
So
she's in his room? That's scandalous.
I think she probably is.
Wow.
I'm gonna go over to his door and do the same. Oil
Okay.
the hinge, and then open it as quietly as I can.
And by his door, are you talking about the one where you heard the
The one
snoring?
with the snoring. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make me another stealth check, please. Thank goodness for that advantage.
Mm-hmm.
You crack open the door, and when you do, You're correct. It is his room. He is lying asleep. He's lying on his back in the bed, and lying next to him is a woman. But she is not as she was when you first saw her. The face is very similar, although it's a little paler right now, and her long blonde locks are now a dark black. Her eyes, what you can see of them, are also black with no pupils or no sclera. They're just completely black, and she is leaned over him. It looks like she's like going in for a kiss, but she's drawing energy from him into herself.
Okay. I'm assuming she's not aware of me at this point.
She has not noticed you at this point.
Okay. So her hands are like reaching out for him.
You let us know what's going on.
Yeah, I will. I will. Before I do anything else, I will let the rest of the group know. Found them both. She's doing some freaky magic shit. And directions to
Her
get up here.
hands and directions to go. Okay. Her hands are sort of. I would think they're kind of like on him.
Okay.
She's sort of like leaned over him, so she'd be using her hands to sort of like prop herself up, if that makes sense.
I'm trying to think if there's a way that I could like reach her from the floor to do like as an attack, try and put the cuffs on her.
I don't know that you would be able to run over and throw the cuffs on her from your position, her position, and the doorway without taking a couple of actions. She would have chance to try and resist. But
I do have
could try
a
it.
shit ton of movement. I've got 40 foot of movement. I can also dash as a bonus action. So
I'm just kind of thinking like logically, if like
yeah.
if you're across the room from someone and you like run in and grab them, you'd have to like grab them to put the handcuffs on. She's not like she's holding out her wrist to be cuffed.
Sure, but she also can't see
there would
me.
be some kind of grappling thing that would go on, and we would do some opposed rolls.
Sure.
Cuff her ankles.
It doesn't have to be on your wrist.
I could actually. Can I like? Are her feet above the covers? Like, is she?
No, she is under the covers.
Convenient, Kirsty. Convenient.
I want to start slowly making my
I
way
think
up
I'm
there,
setting up an implication here that is logical, right?
Yeah. No, you are. You very much are. It's just very funny.
Start slowly making my way towards her.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. So the rest of the party, you guys have been told what's happening. Eva's trying to kind of like figure out how she's going to handle this. Cora, you're starting to head upstairs. What about Turnip and Hal?
I mean, Hal doesn't know what's going on, so unless he's told to come along, he's under the impression he's supposed to stay.
I mean, I'd follow because I hear it.
Okay. Do you guys tell Hal to stay or go?
What was the plan?
Maybe follow from behind because he's loud.
Like well behind.
Yeah, maybe like a minute behind or something, or like 30 seconds behind.
Down the hall.
Have a nap in the storeroom. Got it. For some reason, I'm still hung up on the image of Eva just like monster beneath the bed grabbing the person's ankles.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get stealth checks from Turnip, Cora, and Hal, please, as you begin to make your way up the stairs.
Oh, God. Okay. All right. I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
That's good.
Oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're still pretty far away, so
true.
For what it's worth.
So, as you guys begin making your way up the stairs, you find yourselves face to face with one of the kitchen staff, who is. It looks like they're bringing stuff to the guard. And so they've got like a you know what? They're bringing your breakfast, so that to be made. So there's a couple of eggs, uncooked eggs, just like some fresh eggs. There's a
How
loaf
you
of
get your breakfast?
bread. There's some potatoes all set for the guard to start preparing your meal. And she's bringing it down the stairs, and she runs into. She basically runs into you guys. And she sees you, and she screams, and she drops the tray.
Can I try to like put my hand over her mouth really quick?
Yes. Make me a dexterity. I guess you could probably use sleight of hand for this. And I'm gonna also roll dexterity against you. You have to beat a 9.
11.
Yes.
Can Hal
Your 11
dive
does
for the
it.
tray?
I'll just want his fucking eggs.
Hal wants to try and save the tray.
Dex check for Hal. You can call this acrobatics. An 11. The eggs crash onto the floor.
Don't. Oh, I can't believe you've done this to me, Kirsty.
This is
eggs.
his villain origin story.
But
This
you
is
do
where Hal
stop,
goes dark.
right? You do stop the tray from crashing to the ground, so it doesn't make as much noise. Unfortunately, you do not save your eggs as they roll off and splatter broken at your feet. The bread is still on the tray, and the potatoes bounce down the stairs.
Our stealth is ruined when Hal goes.
I think Hal just barely chokes it back. I'm picturing anybody who's seen that terrible like album cover art of the guy who's lamenting everything at the beach. It's that image.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna hold it really. Shh, shh, shh. No, it's okay. It's okay. Shh. Don't freak out.
She's
It's all gonna
freaking
be
out.
all right. Nope. Shh, shh, shh. I can't. I'm not very strong. Does someone strong want to like bonk her on the head? I don't know.
No, you just. Oh my god, we don't. No, we don't let that. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm gonna look at her.
She turns and she looks at you. She's got like deer in the headlights. She looks terrified. She thinks you guys are murderers, right?
It's all right. It's all right. We are innocent. I swear to you. We's just going for a stroll right now. We's just trying to stretch our legs. All right. Nothing's gonna happen. You ain't gonna see us ever again. I'm gonna start nodding, right?
Give me a you can roll persuasion or intimidation.
Well, what do you know? I have proficiency in all charisma checks.
Ooh, look at you.
Hell yeah.
Persuasion.
Nice.
As I roll a measly 12.
Okay, I'm rolling against you right now. I rolled a 6.
Yeah.
So yeah, she sort of like she nods. Her eyes are all teary. Like she looks terrified. She probably thinks you guys are going to kill her. So she just like nods. She's obviously trying to save her life. Turnip, can you give me an insight check as well, please?
It's not good.
Okay. She looks scared enough of you that you think that she might actually just let it go if you let her go.
All right. Okay. I'm going to. Yeah, I know bribery. Well, I know bribery is not a good thing, but no, I'm not trying to. Just shut up, all right? I'm gonna pay her off. I'm gonna take out 3 gold pieces from my pocket.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Let her go.
I'm gonna very gently
Cora.
let her go and like pat her shoulders.
I take her hand. I put it in her hands. I put the money in her hands. Close it. Don't let in him. And I just put my finger to my lip.
She is
this is
trembling. When you grab her hand, you could feel her shaking like a leaf.
Oh.
But her fingers close around the gold, and she nods when you put your fingers to your lip.
This is your holiday bonus. All right, you good, baby girl, you good. You just go about your business.
She nods, and she takes the tray from Hal. No, she doesn't. She nods and she just turns and walks back up the stairs.
Attack of opportunity. I'm kidding. I'm joking. Aw. All right.
See,
All right.
you talk to people, Cora. You talk to people. You just talk about
I'm
knock
in.
it out.
I'm going to be honest. I'm in like
Yeah.
90% panic mode. So
That
thank
woman,
you.
that woman, like 40 kilograms. What are you talking about?
What hurt her? Just if she screams, we're fucked.
It was a tiny person.
I know. I wasn't happy about it.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you. Good job.
All right, let's move on over to Eva, who's standing in the doorway, watching this woman. I forgot to describe one other thing about this
Mhm.
woman, and that is that she has bat-like wings on her back.
Oh.
I just realized it. I normally would show you guys a picture, but that's not possible today. But she has sort of like bat wings, and she has two red horns that are coming off of her forehead just above her eyes. They're just little tiny ones, um, and her fingers, what you can see of them from under the covers, have claws at the ends.
Okay. I feel like I have
I
an
fucking called
option.
this succubus ass motherfucker.
Yeah, I feel like I have an
Sounds
option
very
here,
good.
and that is attack. I know you probably aren't going to like this, the rest of the group, but Eva feels like she's got to do something. So gonna try and how far away from the door is she? Like how far into the room would I have to be to get within touching distance of her?
I mean, it's a bedroom. I would think you've
Mm-hmm.
got more than enough movement to get you there.
Okay.
Um, she is, as I said, she's sort of under the covers with him. She does seem to be doing this sort of attack. You do have a surprise round,
Okay.
so you can certainly do something. If, like I said, if you're trying to go for the handcuffs, we're going to have to do some opposing rolls, as we would if you're trying to grapple her or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
I
on
don't.
board with just knocking her ass out if she's like visibly a succubus.
Yeah, like I can't do non-lethal damage. Like knocking her out is not an option for me. So attack is going to be lethal if I get there.
I mean, I feel like you could stab her in like the leg or something. Well, I guess you do psychic damage.
I do psychic damage, yeah.
I mean, do you want to wait for we're getting closer? Did you want to wait till we're a little closer?
Yeah,
Do you not
okay.
have
I'll
wait,
get into
do
a
you
good
not have a
position.
regular dagger?
I do not.
I have
Okay.
your regular dagger, I think.
Just off
Yeah.
the fiend, man. Do it.
Shame you're not in my head to hear me say that. Shame you're not in my head.
You can hear the echo of him saying that. I'm like relaying to him, and Hal's just like quietly chanting violence as we walk down the hallway.
Somebody needs to pay for the smashed eggs, is what's going to happen.
We'll get you some fresh eggs as soon as we're free.
Okay, I'll wait until I'll get into a good position and wait until the group is on the same floor as me before I leap at her.
Sure. Okay. Let's get another stealth check as you slip through the room.
Okay. Still invisible.
You have like 7 times of advantage.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. So you sort of, are you leaving the door open so you can keep an eye on her?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna yeah.
And are you kind of like hiding yourself in the hallway? I guess you're stood there. You're invisible.
I probably would try and find somewhere in the room. I'd find somewhere in the room that puts me within good striking distance as soon as I know the group are close enough to support me.
Sure. Okay. So you slide inside. You leave the door open a crack so that the rest of the group knows which door it is.
Yep.
And you slip inside the room. She's very intent on whatever it is she's doing, and so she doesn't seem to notice you as you slide in and watch. It's almost like I said, it's almost like she's kissing him, but her lips are just an inch or so above his, and there's just this. In movies they always show like that magical energy, kind of glowy, vibey stuff. It's that kind of vibe. It's almost like she's sucking the life force from him. Can I get a nature check from you, please?
Nature.
Okay. You're not entirely certain what she's doing other than attacking and harming him.
Yeah, I like the player has an idea, the character doesn't really. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, so let's zip on back to the rest of the group who have just managed to avoid this serving girl. Hal's got egg on his foot. Are you guys continuing to sneak up the stairs?
Yes.
Okay, let's get another stealth check.
I am going to give because I can imagine that I can feel my invisibility hasn't worn off yet, so I know she's still invisible.
Yes, absolutely.
So I will transfer Blessing of the Trickster to someone else. Who needs it the most?
Hal needs it the most.
Oh, come on, just because I only roll like below 10 all the time.
So I will put my hands on Hal's shoulder and look, I presume up at him. You're a Goliath.
I am.
So I look way up at you and I put my hands on your shoulders and I look right into your eyes and I say, shh. And it like echoes all around you and then it kind of gets quiet and you will have advantage on stealth.
Awesome.
Or regular rolls.
Yeah, I guess yeah. You have.
I am also going to take a moment. I'm assuming you guys have appraised me of the situation, so I'm going to take a moment to cast Shield of Faith upon myself, which lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, you know what? Oh no, I'm concentrating on invisibility.
You are, yeah.
Never mind. I was going to say I can do the same, but I'm concentrating on keeping our rogue from death. All right. So you got an 11. That's above a 10, right? And I'm going to cast.
No, I got a 9 because it's not disadvantage, but it's
Oh,
not
right.
advantage.
Motherfucker. Okay. Well, I'm going to give myself guidance.
Okay.
And hope for the best.
I have not rolled well.
Okay, I have a 22.
I have one roll above 10 tonight. Or today, I guess. Sorry.
Chris, whatever god you've pissed off, please make amends.
Right.
No, it's
They're sacrificing something.
Burn some sage or something, please.
Find a goat.
It's funnier this way. I save all my good rolls for when I run Blades in the Dark, and I can destroy the players that I run.
Oh, I know. I'm well aware.
Alrighty, so we've got a 9, a 4, and a
22.
A 22.
I forget if my inspiration lets me do it after a roll. Hold on.
I will allow that, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Come on, Turnip.
My inspiration to reroll.
That's more like it.
Nice.
All right, so another group check, and with 2 of the party having passed, you guys are able to slip past the kitchens. As you do, you hear a woman saying, "What's wrong, Tara, dear? You look like you've seen a ghost." And you hear a voice say, "Oh, no, I slipped on the stairs and broke the eggs. It startled me. I thought I was going down them and would break my neck."
Atta girl.
Well done.
And you hear the soft clink of coin in a pocket. And you guys continue on your way. You make it up to the floor that Eva is on. I would say you guys are like a round away at this point. So you're like, we'll say 60 feet away from the door that Eva has told you is the one that you want to get into.
I'll be telling her that in her mind. So I'm like, okay, we're on this floor, we're here.
Okay. Then I'm about to go violent.
I'm going violent.
Okay, let's roll some initiative.
Okay.
If I am on, I don't know how this is going to work.
We'll need tokens before we can have our own initiative, won't we?
Yes.
Unless you just add turns and.
Okay, if I add, hang on. Can you see yourself on there, Cora?
No.
Okay.
Let's drag our own. Yeah, we just drag our own tokens onto the field.
I'm bringing you onto the splash page.
Okay.
I will delete Cora from here. Go ahead and add yourselves.
Oh, how.
Oh, Hal. Oh, Chris.
I mean, better to use the one on initiative.
Yeah,
That's
true.
true. Initiative doesn't super matter after like the first round.
Yeah.
You know? But you get a surprise round too, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Hang on. Three plus.
Oh, would we have gotten any kind of rest between the trial and now?
Yes, you could absolutely consider that a long rest, I would think.
Okay, I'm just gonna give myself the spell slot back that I used for calm emotions.
Yeah, you definitely didn't what am I trying to say? You would have had 8 hours where you weren't doing anything.
Okay, peachy.
And that's also a 3 and early 11.
Which means I can change my spells too.
Right. Hey, the API is working.
Yay.
Man, if I knew how to play a paladin right, I probably would have just told Istival to like use his channel divinity and see if there are any, I don't know, fiends around him. Might have been really helpful at one point.
You know?
Okay.
All right. So I'm not going to throw on the battle music because I'm worried that that will
That's
just
so
mute
fair.
me entirely.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah.
So play battle music in your head, hum if you need
Yeah.
to. Eva, you are up first, which is kind of appropriate. The
Yep.
rest of you, we're calling this a surprise round. I imagine Eva is telling you I'm going now, so the
Yep.
rest of you will also get a surprise round on Istival and Kylie. So Eva, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Okay. So bonus action is going to be Celestial Revelation. Get the wings, get
Ooh.
the fly speed,
Ooh,
and
cool.
then pounce and stab.
All right, pounce and stab away.
Okay. So I am attacking her from invisible, so I have advantage on this.
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'm hoping then that I will not fuck this up entirely. So let's go with the blade.
Nice.
20 will hit.
Okay. So we have bonus damage.
So that's 15.
Yeah, so that is 2d6 sneak. So it's 4, two radiant, and then the other 8 is psychic damage.
Awesome. Okay, so she will actually take all of that damage.
Hell yeah.
Which brings me to now I have to do math.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Where
The
is my
nerve.
favorite icon? There it is.
Anything else, Eva?
So yeah, that's my bonus action, my action to attack her, my move to basically just pounce at her and stab. And then that is me. So I will end my turn.
Cool. Turnip.
We're all here? Or are we?
You're
or
at the
three
end of
us?
the hallway, so you've got 60 feet to get into the room.
All right. Well, bonus action. I will summon my mighty hammer.
Yes, hammer, not a sword.
It's hammer time.
And I will. Well, 60 feet, right? So I'll dash
Okay.
all the way to the end.
Okay, so you get sort of into the doorway, and you see the same thing that Eva has been seeing, except now Eva is standing over her with a knife. It's all very reminiscent of a day ago when Hal was stood over someone with a knife.
Right, and I see the wings and the
Yes.
horns and everything.
She
Including
is
mine.
I will look back down the hallway and I will mouth. Oh shit!
Awesome. All right, Cora. Cora?
Ha, I was muted. I will. So it's 60 feet to get there. So that's my action and movement to sprint there. But I will, as a bonus action, maybe, I will invoke duplicity and
You
put.
duplicitous fiend.
Yes. Listen, this bitch isn't the only tricky motherfucker. And so a second me appears. I'm gonna be. Duplicate me is going to appear on the bed next to the succubus, laying in like one of those paint me like one of your French girls poses.
Amazing. Eva, roll to see if you can stop not bursting out laughing. Awesome. Okay, yeah, you all of a sudden you appear next to her. She looks shocked.
I'm going to give her a wink.
She looks horrified. Actually, no, she probably looks kind of into it.
Hell yeah. Listen, in another timeline.
Succubus, man.
Right, sorry. I'm on a different page taking notes. That's my turn.
Okay. We can move you forward, and it is. Oops, Daisy. Oh, too far. What's going on? Oh, it won't let me. Okay, it's Kylie's turn. It won't sit on Kylie because she doesn't have a token, so it's housed 3 times in a row here. Kylie is surprised, so it doesn't matter this round. So Hal.
He's gonna take his move, use his action to dash. That should put him in the room. That's pretty much it for him, I think.
Okay. That will bring us to top of round 2. Eva, you have stabbed her. She is bleeding.
Okay.
It's sort of like a black ichor rather than a blood.
Okay. Then I go again. Thanks to Vex, I will have advantage on this attack. I'm not invisible anymore, so you can all see
Yes.
the wings and the radiance, and we stab. From Hell's
Okay.
Heart, we stab at thee.
It's quite the dichotomy. You've got this like fiend with black wings, and then you've got Eva with her angel wings. A 13, she manages to like dodge aside, and your knife hits the pillow. Feathers go shooting everywhere.
Okay. Does Cora's duplicate count for my sneak attack with a non-crit, with a non-advantage attack?
It does grant advantage.
Yeah, I think we
Does it?
decided as long as
Oh.
they believe it's a threat.
Okay. Okay,
That was
then I
kind
will.
of what we decided, right?
Okay, then I will
Yes.
go
Oh, it
with
grants
the
advantage to me.
offhand.
It grants advantage to you at a later level.
Oh, okay. So I don't have advantage on this attack, but I do technically have an ally. Okay, good. So offhand.
You used steady aim, so you should.
Yeah, I could. No, I can either steady aim or I can do the other attack.
Oh, sorry.
So.
Okay.
Okay, so the 20 will hit.
Okay. Then let us do some damage.
All right.
So 10 of that is psychic, 2 of that is radiant.
Okay. So you stab her again. She screams.
Uh-oh, jigs up.
Anything else, Eva?
No, I'm just staying close. I'm bothering her as much as I can. I've used my action and my thing. I'm gonna maybe like try and move to give the others better space to get to her. But otherwise, that's me.
Okay.
I will end
sounds
my
good.
turn.
Turnip. You hear the screams. Well, you see this. You see her getting stabbed again by Eva. There's screams. You're just in the doorway. You're quite close to the bed at this point. You can get over there quite easily.
Okay. So I was gonna ask that question. Yeah, I'm just gonna run in, and I see sort of like springs up screaming from the bed. I assume.
Yes.
I'm going to run and slide and just baseball swing my hammer into her face.
Her
Nice.
pretty face.
I mean, it's not that
yeah,
pretty at this point, is it?
I don't know. Succubus are still kind of hot.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, let's just roll normally.
Like, listen, I know she's demonic, but like,
You could fix her.
Yeah.
I can fix her. Yeah.
You can fix her.
For
Good start.
15.
15, and that is
15 radiant.
nice. Okay, she will take all of that damage.
It's like the Looney Tunes where you walk into a rake.
She's looking badly wounded at this point.
Non-lethal damage. That's what I do.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. It kind of really only matters for the final blow.
Yeah, I was assuming. It's operating under the assumption. Operate under the assumption if it is the final blow.
Gotcha. Okay. Anything else, Turnip?
No, that's
All
fine.
right. It is
So it
Istabal's
was-
turn.
Yeah.
So he leaps out and screams, "What the hell's going on here?" And she says, "Darling, help me." And he
Does he look surprised to see her in her natural form?
no,
Mm.
he does not. And he jumps out of the bed, which will provoke opportunity attacks from Turnip and Eva if you wish to take them.
Please don't.
I do not.
No, it's not a good idea.
Nope.
Okay.
We've got no fight with him. Our fight was with her.
He leaps out of bed, as I said, and he is going to go for his greatsword, which is hanging on the wall. I would think that would make sense, right? That's where would you keep a greatsword? Probably hanging on the
Probably
wall.
leaning on your bedside table if I had to
Or
guess.
leaning somewhere.
He's a lord. I think he would have like a place for it. I don't think he would just like lean his weapon.
He is, but he's also like a respected warrior and paladin, so I suspect he would never actually put it where it's supposed to be. It's always close to hand.
Well, I mean, on the wall is pretty close to hand.
Okay.
But I do like the idea. No, you know what? I do like that idea of it kind of like leaning next to the bed. That is a very like old
I hope you don't
adventurer
toss and
thing to
turn.
do, right? Just that like that PTSD of like something's going to attack me in the night, which turns out is happening and he doesn't know. Yeah, he
We're not
leaps
attacking
out.
him.
He grabs his greatsword. And he's going to yell, "Unhand her!" And he is going to do a frighten foe effect. So he's going to aim this at Eva, who's the one who has. No, he's going to aim this at Turnip because Turnip, he woke up just as you were doing this. So he would have seen you smash your hammer into her face. So can you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay.
Oh.
4.
Okay, you have the frightened condition of him. You
Okay.
suddenly realize what the hell you're facing, and like this dude is tough. He is going to hold his weapon at the ready, and seems to be giving you guys a chance to back away. Cora, it is your turn.
Oh God. Okay. This is fine.
I also want to say that he sort of has leapt back on the bed over her to protect her. If that kind of makes sense.
I'm going to reach out. One moment. I have to check the wording on something. Come here. Come here. I don't know if it's willing. Sorry, 1 second. It's taking a minute.
No worries. I feel the pain today.
Okay, good. Yes. In 2014, it was oh fuck no. God damn it. Okay, it does say willing creature. So I was gonna try to cast protection from evil and good on him, but I presume he's not willing.
Pretty sure he's not, no.
Based on the way that he's acting, I I would say that you could guess no.
Okay, well then instead, duplicate me will pat the bed where he was laying and be like, just lie back down. And she's gonna cast Charm Person to try to override the succubuses.
Very interesting. Okay.
So I'm gonna cast Charm Person on Siristoval.
Okay, he is going to roll a wisdom save.
And he's gonna roll super low.
Yeah.
Oh, is he?
100%.
Yeah.
He did.
You
He
get
rolled
like
a 1.
6.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
okay.
Fuck yeah.
However, he chooses to re-roll that.
No, okay, but he's gonna roll a 2.
Like a 2. Yeah, yeah.
Well, he rolled a 5, so he rolled a little bit higher.
Oh my god, phenomenal. I was like, there's no way in hell this is gonna work. So yeah.
He sort of smiles at your duplicate and says, I have no wish to harm you. Just stay away from the lady.
Why don't we just sit down for a minute, talk this out, put weapons down?
His sword starts to waver.
That's a good lad. All right. And her hands are going to be up, like showing that she's not holding any weapons.
Okay.
That's all I can do is, yeah. I don't have any way of dealing non-lethal damage, so I didn't want to attack her. All I do is radiant and necrotic. So I thought maybe not.
Alrighty,
Okay.
so does that end your turn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it is Kylie's turn. And Kylie shapeshifts back into her blonde human self. She's wearing sort of like a nightgown, and she just looks so sweet and vulnerable and innocent and terrified. And she says, my lord, they've attacked me. Please help me. And she's like bleeding where she's been stabbed. You
She
just
actually
see...
is not. My attacks do not leave wounds.
Oh, interesting.
Because
But mine does.
Yours does.
Oh,
Yeah, she's got a
your
like.
hammer
She's got a
does.
broken nose.
She's got a
She's bleeding
bludgeoned
from her
nose, probably. Yeah.
face. She's got a bloody nose.
Yeah.
Somehow
Probably.
it's still pretty. She's got like a broken nose, and somehow it's still pretty.
It's probably knocked out a few front teeth too.
You know those women who like can cry and they look like
Oh my god,
adorable and pretty when they cry, not like those of us who are human who look like snotty messes.
yeah. Yeah.
She's a pretty crier and a pretty bleeder. And so she's oh, help me, and you know she might have had teeth knocked out, but she's shapeshifted her form, and so you know teeth are back and the things, and you just see him like sort of refocus on saving her. And Cora, it seems as though your charms are working against each other at this point. That is going to end Kylie's turn.
I think objectively the right choice is to run up and smack her with a greatsword or throw a shoe at her. But I think
oh my god,
Hal's a good person, so he's going to run up, and as he's passing Cora, he's going to grab the magic cuffs from her, and I'm going to throw the sheet off the bed and try to cuff her ankles.
Hot.
Okay. When you do that,
probably an unarmed strike.
2 things are going to happen. First of all, he's going to use one of his legendary actions to attack you with his greatsword.
Okie doke.
8 plus 9. What's your AC?
19 currently.
So he smacks into you. It gives you a good knock, but it does not harm you. And he screams, "Leave her be!" And you are going to try and cuff her. So we're going to do opposed rolls. Strength athletics for you. We're going to call this a grapple. What's the new grappling rules? I can't look them up. Can you look up the 2014?
It's like a set DC thing now.
Grappling 5e
I think it's just
2024.
an unarmed strike, and if it hits, they're grappled.
Yeah, and then they have to there's a set DC that they have to try to break out. It's not contested anymore.
Grappling is a type of
Got it.
unarmed attack. I will post it in the Stone Voice, Stone text.
Thank you. I can see the chat in the like in Roll20. That is coming up for me fine, so you guys can post stuff there too.
Okay. Type of unarmed attack allows combination physically attack restrain. They have to be no more than one size larger. You have to have one hand free. Attacker must then succeed on an unarmed strike, which doesn't do any damage at the point. Target must succeed on a strength or dex saving throw. The difficulty is the difficulty saving throw is 8 plus attacker's strength modifier plus the attacker's proficiency bonus. If they fail the saving throw, they're considered grappled.
All right,
it's a
so you
DC
need to make an unarmed
14.
strike first, then, Hal, is what I'm understanding.
Yep. 24.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Actually
Okay, so
rolled
that will
halfway
hit
decent,
her.
guys.
Finally, Chris.
Yeah.
So now she's rolling.
Has to succeed a strength or dex saving throw. DC of 8 plus strength mod plus proficiency bonus.
So DC 14.
Okay, so I'm going to do dex here. With
And roll
11
real
plus
low.
3, that's going to be 14.
Beats it.
Yep.
That was my movement and action, so that's me.
Okay.
Doesn't Eva have one too?
I do. I could give that a try. It would be the problem is my DC would be lower than that because it's strength plus where is it? Yeah, strength plus dex. My strength is -1, so my bonus is not going to be high.
Yeah, but you can't do non-lethal though.
Yeah, that is the point. However, if I put her down, then she can no longer mind control him, and then we can deal with the consequences afterwards.
You can pull a dagger off of me.
Okay. I do not have. Okay, if I grab a dagger, if you throw me a dagger, then I will use a normal attack and try and. How do you non-lethal with a dagger? Out of curiosity.
I just use the butt end.
Pommel to the head.
Yeah, I just turn it around and use the handle to clock her in the head.
Okay.
Okay. So Cora tosses you a dagger. Eva, you catch it out of the air.
Okay, then I will attack. I'll just use my psychic blades, and it'll just basically be the same damage, but just a normal, non-lethal.
Bludgeoning damage. Yeah, absolutely.
So advantage because Vex. 14.
14 will not be enough to harm her. You bop her on the head, but it does not hurt her.
Okay.
And that is going to be his readied action.
Sure. Yeah, I'm prepared.
To attack with his greatsword. He misses.
Yeah.
Hell yes. This guy sucks. Legendary adventurer my ass.
Honestly, I rolled a 2. This guy has so many bonuses to hit.
Okay, that is just me then. I'll only make the one. Yeah, that is just me then. I will end my turn.
All right, Turnip, you are afraid of Istaval.
Okay.
Oh God.
Can I roll to save against it at the end?
It goes away at the end of his next turn.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna spend a lucky point.
Okay.
And I'm gonna knock out a few more front. I want to knock out the rest of her illusory front teeth.
Okay.
18.
18 will hit her.
14.
Go last again. He went 14 points of damage. Nice.
Bludgeoning, non-lethal.
She is looking rough. Still really pretty though.
Yeah, but she has serious brain damage now, so.
Yeah, no kidding. And I think he can take another legendary when When did he
At the end
do
of
that?
people's turns, yeah. He hasn't used. I mean, I don't know what his specific ability is, but usually it's 3. And at
Yes,
the end of
it is.
anyone's turn.
Some of them cost 2 though, and I'm just making
Mm.
sure that the one I use that cost 2, I didn't do.
I think the last one
I
actually
actually
cost
cannot.
5, so he can't take any more
Yeah.
this round or
Yeah.
next round.
I
is what
I actually cannot take an action this legendary right now. I have to wait for
Good.
his turn to come up again.
Okay,
So
Hell
that's
yeah.
good.
good. All
my
right,
turn.
so it is his turn now.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't have any bonus actions.
He is going to cast a Cure Wounds
Ugh, what a fucking simp.
on
Mhm.
her. Excuse me while I grab some d6s.
Here ones are d8s.
Yeah, D8s, right? I
Yes,
mean, it's a
2.
D4. No, I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a D.
2d2. It's 2d2 per level.
Yeah, 2. It's actually just one point of healing. It's really
Yeah.
weird.
All right, I got my d8s. Can you guys hear the dice in the background?
Yeah.
Okay. The teeth that you just knocked out seem to come back. That is going to be his turn. And he's going to say, I warn you, leave us alone or you shall be sorry. And Cora, you are up.
How do you break succubus charm? Would I know anything about succubus being, such a holy person as myself, a saint, a goddess, truly?
Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Nature. Oh fuck. Or religion? No, it's
Religion,
fine.
I'll take religion. Actually,
Okay.
tell you what. I'll tell
Mhm.
you what. If you want, you
Mhm.
can roll your lucky coin and see if you're struck by divine inspiration from Chimera.
Oh my god, hell yeah. Where is it? You just toss a D2?
Yeah.
Hell
One is yes,
yes.
2 is no.
This is
Right?
how religion should work. God damn it.
Chimera has not blessed you with any additional knowledge today.
She's too busy
Chimera,
being
pardon me.
amused by whatever the fuck is going on here. Okay. So I don't know how to break succubus charm specifically, but what I could do is now that he's charmed by me as well, we're best friends, right? Besties.
You do seem to be friends.
Okay. So now would he be considered a willing creature?
You would have to try that to find out.
Okay, I'm going to say, listen, all right, just don't panic. I'm actually going to help you out. This will all be fine. This is for your benefit. And I am going to cast Protection from Evil and Good on him.
Okay, I am going to roll to see how he handles this. Ooh. His he looks at you, not at your duplicate.
I'm like hiding in the corner, like behind the door still to the room. Hi.
He seems to like understand that this is a duplicate and that you are there or somewhere in this room. And he sort of turns towards you and he says, quickly now, free me from her. As you cast the spell, and when you do, the enchantment falls away.
Yes.
Yes.
And he takes his greatsword and he screams, "Fiendish bitch!" and drives his greatsword through her heart, killing her.
Oh my
Let's
god,
go.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Best
you can't
possible
say
outcome.
that.
I mean, have you seen her?
I do like one
I
look
think
at
it's
her and be
fair.
like, it is kind of a shame. She was really hot.
And that is where we are going to save game. And we will pick up next time with dealing with the fallout of this fight. And you guys having escaped from prison, we'll see how they decide to treat you regarding that. I really appreciate you guys putting up with all of my tech issues today. Thank you so much.
Still a fantastic session, thank you.
We,
Real fun.
we
Yes,
muddled
absolutely.
through.
We didn't fight. This is the only fight we had, so it's
Mm.
whatever.
It worked out really well.
Well, thank goodness, because I'm flipping back and forth between pages in my monster manual.
D&D the old way.
Yeah, old style. Yeah.
I've got like a notebook page up that I'm like keeping track of HP. I don't like it. Yeah, so thanks for bearing with me today, guys, and I'm sorry I didn't have more cool pictures and stuff for you guys to look at. But as
That's
always,
okay.
you guys have amazing roleplay and don't need all that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, to confirm, I won't be available next weekend, but I should be good for just about any other weekend after.
Are you gone all weekend? Like if we rescheduled for Sunday, would that be doable, or are we just not
I
playing
think
next weekend?
I think I'm out all weekend. I've got a friend that I haven't seen in ages coming down to stay with me, and it would be
Oh
kind of
gosh,
rude
okay.
to dup out on him for D&D.
Yeah,
so.
no, do not do that. I was just thinking like if you're away for the day or whatever, we could switch it, but no. Enjoy the time with your friend, and we will meet again on the 8th, I guess that would be. And we will pick up with our terrible tale then.
Sounds good.
Looking forward to it.
Kirsty, when
Thank
you
you
get a chance and your internet is stable, could you give me a blank handout? I am going to start tracking my rolls for the rest of the campaign. I had 9 rolls this session.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Rolls, and only 2 of them were above 10. So
I might be able to make a blank handout now. I will give it a go.
Chris, if you print this out after a certain few months and like go burn it with some sage by like Adam's grave, do you think you'd be cured?
no, I think it would probably just make it worse.
You want it to be visible to everyone or just to yourself?
Oh, you can make it visible to everybody. That'll be funny.
Everyone can see it. You can edit it.
There you go. You guys can
that should work.
keep up with my my terrible rolls.
Okay.
It's rough.
Right,
Okay.
let's go
Very
to
fun.
the ending screen.